Hello, hello, and welcome
Oh.
to our very latest episode of the Night Quest. That's right. I am CMoney, and I'm joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us tonight. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Man, it feels like it's been a while. You know what I'm saying?
know.
Since Friday, right? So it's been a while. But I can tell you right now, it's Tuesday night, y'all. So that means it's not just myself. It's not just Doodle. No. We have the homies here with us. Now, of course, you know our homie, Mr. Mother effing Farrell Bazaar. Here
Yes.
every week. That's our boy. What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me for another week. It's great to be here.
It's good to have you, man.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
have
being here. This is awesome.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Excuse me.
But of course, you see him there. That's right. It's been a minute. But he's back. He's returned to come rock out. That's right. It's our boy, Dirt motherfucking Griggity.
Yes.
What's up, man? Thank you
Let's
for being
go.
here, brother.
What is up, everybody? How you guys doing today?
Good.
good,
How are
pretty good.
you?
Doing good, man. Having fun, enjoying all the Nintendo slander that gets to happen now. You know, it's funny because they've been like, we had a whole big thing, but like we've been like, we don't really mess with Nintendo here. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really pay attention to them. You know, we just slapping up the ponies and call it a day. You know, but now,
Because the developers don't know their place.
Yeah,
And
they
we
don't.
thought that Nintendo did.
we've assumed that Nintendo did,
Yeah.
but they didn't. And
Mm-mm.
you know, Nintendo ponies are wild. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a special breed. I didn't know. I never knew. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that they even existed like that. You know what I'm saying? But they out there. They out
Sure.
there. They are. You know, so I mean, listen, you know, just kind of is what it is at this point, you know. I guess everybody came in out.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't get it.
They're not as loud as PlayStation dudes or even Xbox dudes, but they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they got some real wild thoughts on where
Nintendo does no wrong for the most part. There's been some that's been kind of critical lately, but there's also been those few that's been, oh well, you know, what do you guys expect, you know, shit like that.
like it's Nintendo.
It's Nintendo, you know. They get the right to charge $80 for. Stop it.
Get the fuck out of here. Initially makes me want to throw you right out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Seriously,
get the
though.
fuck out of here.
Seriously.
Okay, with your bullshit. Ain't nobody
Seriously.
looking for no goddamn $80 Nintendo. What set of balls did Nintendo wake up with to think that they were gonna lead the way? They were gonna lead the way with the most expensive games out in the streets.
My exact thoughts.
That's
My
crazy.
exact thoughts. You know, we've been kind of talking about it for a while. You know, GTA 6 is going to be that game to go out there, $80, $90, even $100. You know, we've been thinking that for the longest. A lot of us like, man, that's going to be crazy because that's going to start a trend of, you know, some of these super expensive games. And, you know, it is what it is. But I did not think Nintendo would be the first.
I mean,
Nobody.
when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, the density of the game is there, the content is there, so you can somewhat justify it. And even then, you feel like some will follow, some will think that they are also entitled to go ahead and charge $90, $100 for Nintendo to try to set that trend. Sit the fuck down, Nintendo. What are you pabbing on?
Yo.
Like, this is crazy for Nintendo to think that they're the ones that are going to go ahead and set the standards now. Like, how much should Xbox be charging? I mean, how much should PlayStation be charging for their games now? The investment is there, right?
Yeah.
In
Oh, yeah,
comparison.
for sure. Well, you know, I guess they feel like they can go back to their old days where they used to charge $100 per cartridge, but it was warranted back then because the cartridge actually cost a lot of money to manufacture. But they was like, you know, let's go back to the old days and let's see what they say.
Yeah.
No, man.
I'm one of those guys that's that kind of knew this was going to happen, but not with Nintendo. Like I already mentioned, because we see the budgets of some of these games. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right, but you kind of realize, yeah, these games are going to go up. They are, but not in my wildest dreams that I think Mario Kart.
Fucking Mario Kart,
because you know that PlayStation, Xbox, and third party, their AAA games are way more budgets. I don't know how much a Mario Kart would be. What Mario Kart World will maybe 50, 60, 70. I don't know, million. So it was like for them to lead the charge with $80 games is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah,
it's real crazy to me for them to lead the charge.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like when was like the Zelda and Tears of the Kingdom. That game was just on the Nintendo Switch that came out in 2017, and they shot that game price up to $70. Yes. And nobody really said anything. I'm like, hold on, this is on the same old Nintendo Switch hardware. This isn't a new generation like PS5 and Xbox Series was. This was the same, and that game came out, 2022, 2021 of them years.
Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
23?
Like, yeah,
it's more recent.
Yeah, it was recent, but I was like, hold on, how are they gonna jump the gun to make this game cost $70? And this is the same 2017 hardware, so they do what they want.
It's the same 2017 game. They got the first game in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally just looked up and was like, yo, let's put some boxes up there. Can we dig a hole down here? Let's go down. Done. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, that's wild.
They like Animal Crossing that bitch. They went ahead and Link has to figure out ways to make tools and shit. It's just more tedious nonsense to go ahead and actually do than content.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's just it's not realistic, right? It's not realistic. It's not realistic for them to try to convince us. And they're not, right? Because this is the thing. Nintendo has a little circle of players, right? So they're just talking to them. They're like, hey, look over here. Don't listen to all this noise about us being expensive. You guys know that it's worth the money, right? Oh, yeah, worth money. Take my money. That's what they do. But they can't. Nobody else outside that bubble. No one else can take that shit seriously.
See, they sold out, but those are all the people who can afford the console themselves. But they really undersold their market because, I mean, I'm pretty sure most Switch owners have more than one Switch because they usually buy one for their kids. And so if you got 3-4 kids, there's no way you're spending $450 on 3 Switch 2s, and then you're spending $80 for them each to have the exact same game so they can all play it together. Like, that's not happening. And then you also have to have the Switch online for all 3 of them. Like, yeah, that's just not happening. This is not for most households. It's not.
Now, me personally, I didn't think the price of the console was that bad. I know the last one was what, 300?
300. Yes, and then this one
is 449. Yeah. Still, to me, I don't think the price of the console was that bad. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe you consider
that's a big jump.
It is a big jump, but
you can justify it if the content is there.
I think it's because hear like PlayStation 5 Pro came out $700-800 with everything. So it's like, $450 is still like a lot less than that. But like the Xbox Series X was $500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is 450 hold on, 500 with Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think 450 is a lot either when you're buying it for yourself.
Yes.
When you're buying it for somebody else and it's 450, you're like, ugh.
I just think
that's your Christmas gift.
I just think these companies, they're not gonna. Nintendo never really took losses on their console. That's why the console's always weak as hell. They never really took losses on it. And I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe they have something inside of it that justified the price, but then again, maybe not, right? But me personally, I don't think the price is that bad. But then again, maybe it is. I don't know, man. The Xbox Series S is a great deal. That's $300. And the Nintendo Switch 2, the price is never going to go down. And now, everything that's going on is going to go up. Everything is going to go up. So, I don't know, man. It's like the timing is pretty bad. And nothing's guaranteed. We've seen it. Listen, we've all been playing games for a long time. We've seen it. Nothing is guaranteed. Just because one console dominated the last generation doesn't mean they're going to dominate the next generation. We've seen it plenty of times. The Nintendo Wii going to the Wii U, the PS2 going to the PS3. Even though the PS3 eventually outsold the 360, they had some struggle years, there, and it took them a long time to outsell the Xbox worldwide. But Xbox killed them in North America and some other places. But even with the Xbox, the 360 to the Xbox One, even though I love the Xbox One, we all can admit it launched bad and it hurt the brand to this day. So it's no guarantee that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to sell like the Nintendo Switch 1 did. And some people think it's always going to move, always going to sell. There's no guarantee. People say, but they got those exclusives. They had those same exclusives on the Wii U and nobody gave a shit.
Exactly. So, they stay trying to use that shit like, well, it's the Mario quality. Like, bitch, that Mario quality was there. And matter of fact, your whole entire Switch generation was reusing that Mario quality from the Wii U gen. Like, get the fuck out of here with your shit, bro.
And they got out of AAA gaming for a reason because they couldn't compete.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. I vividly remember
several seats long ago.
Yeah.
But I vividly remember with the GameCube, they tried to do the same thing as Xbox and PlayStation 2. They said, you know what? Nah, we got to do something different because we just can't do the same thing as them. Which was a good strategy because, of course, they made the Wii and that shit took off, obviously. And then Xbox and PlayStation was trying to copy the Wii strategy, as far as the motion gaming. Worked for Xbox, it didn't work much for the PlayStation. It worked for Xbox at first, during the 360 generation. But so they knew, like you were right about that. They was like, man, we can't compete this way. We can't beat these guys. They have, GTA and we got what's the name of that Simpsons GTA game? Like Simpsons Hit and Run. Yeah, Hit and Run. And that shit was fire though. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah, they did get the Metal Gear Solid game.
Yeah, they did.
And there was one other game they got.
Resident Evil 4 was exclusive.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Yeah, they got Resident Evil. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
If you watch the story about that, it was supposed to be a full exclusive. But I forgot the people, but somebody at Capcom say, look, man, we got to put this shit on PS2, bro. Because, the Switch wasn't selling like that. And so that's what happened. But,
Wow. Yeah. Listen, look, with all that being said, these motherfuckers still got an exclusive coming from, from software.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks to that Sony investment, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sony for investing in Nintendo's future. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. They're helping out apparently. This whole thing is real crazy, and but there's more because the shit that we're going to talk about today is real wild. With like we talk about like that, this is like almost like a similar moment to the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox One. I mean, it's in more ways than just what they're doing at like the situation that's happening. They coming out here talking like they went back. They were like, what are the notes we should take from those reveals? And they're like, yo, this is let's do it. Okay, if you a broke bitch, go buy the old shit. Got it. Done.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's solid. And like you said, they saw what Ken Kutaragi said with the PS3, like get another job. And they saw what Don Matthews said and say, let's kind of copy that and say some crazy shit. I was like, what?
Yo, it's real wild. It's real wild. But we're definitely gonna get into it. Same thing, South of Midnight. I don't know if you guys been playing it, but South of Midnight is officially out. And I gotta tell you, that shit is whole timeline filled. Everybody fucking playing it, loving it. Everybody who's actually got hands on and is playing that game, everybody is loving it, which is a beautiful thing. So we'll definitely talk a little bit about that, and there's other things. We'll see where we go with it. But before we do any of that stuff, of course, You guys know what it is, man. Thank you all for being here live in the building with us, man. We appreciate all of y'all for being here. Of course, you know, we need to shout out our elite members. Well, first of all, we're going to shout out all of our supporters over on Patreon and on YouTube. Obviously, we appreciate you guys. You guys are the shit. You know, always remember, obviously, this, you know, our shows are brought to you by you. So thank you so much, man. We appreciate y'all. That being said, we do want to shout out our elite members. That's right. We got the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Coach of the Canuck, Music 72, and Queen Witch. And of course, our inner circle members. We got the homie Big Migs Gaming and Pragmatic Eagle, man. Thank y'all guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Now, you know how we do here, man. Being in the business. Goddamn, being in the building. Being in the building, whatever, however you want to see it. But being in the building right now, live in the building with us, man. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for doing so. So thank y'all. You guys are the shit for being here live, man. You guys are awesome. That being said, I mean, you're all not equal, right? I mean, no one can be. You guys can't be equal. That's right. Because 3 of you have ascended, right? 3 of you are the specials. That's right. 3 of you, the first 3 people in this building. I mean, it's just gotta give them the respect. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Someone had to tell them.
We had to. So we got to know who they are. We got to know who they are. And I can tell you right now, I think this is if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
This might be a back-to-back or close to it. But we got the motherfucking homie User for Games.
User for Games? He's not messing around. Let's go.
He's not messing around. He said, bitch, I will be first. And first he was. Now, of course, we've seen him here often now. I feel like this is he's in this zone. He's not letting the top 3 go. It's one of our elite members. It's our boy.
Coach Fam Jam, let's go.
Thank you, my brother, for being here. Number 2. Rounding out our top 3.
Yes.
Another gentleman who is a frequent flyer of the top 3. That's right. It's our boy, Anthony Sanchez.
What's up, love?
Man. Thank y'all for being here.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
Y'all. Of course, you know, your names are in the banner. So thank you guys. Now, we do have to start this off with a bang with our boy, Lord Star Killer SSX01.
Yo,
the homie went ahead and gifted 5.
Let's go.
Play for Gamer memberships, man.
Shout out to Lord Star Killer, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's the homie, by the way. That's the homie right there, man.
He is fucking dope, bro. Much appreciated, my dude. Thank you so much for being here, my brother. Appreciate the memberships. Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And of course, Large Star Killer. Appreciate you, my dude. Let me see. What am I seeing here? Where did it go? It disappeared. Ja, se fue. Okay. Well, I can't say shit. I thought it was going to be here, but it's not. That's okay. Well, shout out to everybody who became a member. Appreciate y'all. And of course, Lord Star Killer, man. You're the homie. Appreciate
Thank
you. Bro.
Welcome, you guys.
Of course, we have the homie Do You K Now, the dope boy side with that $2 super chat. Maybe can be first at something. My dude, the $2. Well, your name is there, my friend. You're the first
there we go.
super chat in the building. So
let's go,
you, brother.
Let's go.
Of course, we got the homie Bounty in the building.
What's up?
Super chat. Appreciate you, my dude. Says history is repeating itself with Nintendo.
Yes.
Let's see who's going to call bullshit. When Xbox said it, they lost. Now Nintendo, we have a console for you. Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Are we gonna hear the media come out and roast Nintendo for saying some shit like that? I don't think so. Do you guys think so?
I mean, the media, I don't know. We've definitely seen some gamers in the community roast them, mostly Xbox and PlayStation guys. But the media, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I've seen some media members lay down and roll over for the Switch 2 pricing because Nintendo has the IP.
Yeah.
Justifying.
So you're saying that they lay down, rolled over, kept their face on the ground, and got on their knees? Nintendo? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. I've seen some of that. Yeah.
That's real wild. That's real wild. Well,
I doubt that they're going to say a damn thing. They're just going to keep it moving. I think, obviously, as we know, Xbox is the punching bag. That's what they like to do. They want to go ahead and go at them for whatever reason they can. But but Nintendo and PlayStation, they're the same. Look at how the games get scored. Look at how they get treated. Look at how they get nominated. Come on, man.
These are the facts.
For sure.
These are the facts. Then we have the homie Lord Star Killer SSX. Oh, man. Thank you so much for being a member for 16
awesome.
months.
That's
God damn.
Thank you.
Pretty much when we first got monetized, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says South of Midnight is a great game.
Yes.
The music, atmosphere, animation, combat, and graphics are all excellent. A 9.5 out of 10.
Let's go.
Banger.
Yes.
Facts. Lord Star Killer.
Phenomenal
God
game.
Damn. You are 100% right. This is a fucking amazing game, bro. God, I love that shit. That shit was so good, bro.
I agree. We just did our unboxing. We just put up our unboxing earlier today.
We put out the unboxing for the special the art and music of South of Midnight box set. The homies at Xbox and Compulsion hooked us up. Thank you guys.
Thank you. So dope.
It's really dope. And go watch it and then leave a comment, because should I say it? I think I can say it. Represent our homie for doing what she did. It's a shout out for the homie who put it together.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure. So watch it, check it out. Tell me if you like it. Yo, our daughter did that shit. Purple Berry. She fucking crushed it.
She crushed it.
Yo, she even put the music she took clips and created her own version of the South of Midnight. She took the different parts of South of Midnight music and made it. It's dope. Go check it out. It's on our channel.
Check it out.
Definitely go check it out.
Purple Berry.
We got the homie Call Wib in the building.
What's good?
Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $5 super chat, man. Says CMoney and Doodle. Y'all allowing pony bots on the panel now. Dirt gonna hop off the stream. PS5 Pro. Sad times. Oh damn.
I do not have a PS5 Pro. My PS5 is just sitting there. That's a waste of damn money, man.
It really is. It is. It's what's messed up. I almost feel like just knocking it down, because the way I have it set up, it's here. It's my TV, and then I have the Xbox and the PlayStation on either side, and I always see that shit, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's just sitting there, bro.
It just looks so stupid, and it's so ugly that it just sits there. It looks stupid, and it's ugly. Like, goddamn. Well, at least could you have been a nicer looking box, right? Yeah. So at least if you're gonna sit there, you look right.
You look pretty.
But no. Of course, it's Sony. They have no ability to make anything that looks right. And now this is where we are.
No, listen.
Waste of life. And then we do have the homie Vontae in the building with that $5.
Vontae, what's up?
Says, been going through Twitch and TikTok lives to see people's gameplay of South of Midnight. They all loving the game. Vontae, bro.
It's freaking amazing.
I'm telling you, man, this media bullshit that you see out here, and this is why it's so important to have more people get into like the review game, right? And be able to put more fresh, takes on things, because these motherfuckers are always also like jaded with everything. Like, I don't give a fuck if you like. Listen, South of Midnight is a phenomenal game. We played it all the way through. Amazing. Story, fucking on point. Gameplay. This is where people have a problem, where it starts to say like gameplay and platforming are an issue. Okay, so the only issue with platforming is a technical issue, is a hiccup that happens when you jump up on a ledge of like a tree trunk or something like that. It'll do a stutter. Okay, like she'll stand up, fall back down, but like you won't fall down off the branch.
It just does like a little,
like she acts like you just got there the first time. So she'll like stop down and go back up. You don't fall. It's annoying, right? So that happens.
Like a little slip.
Yeah, like a little slip.
Yeah.
And then, or you might get stuck in some weird geometry. If there's like some curved, or if you're like trying to explore somewhere that's not necessarily on the normal path, you might get stuck for a second walking in place because it's caught on something. You have to jump out. Yes, that's annoying. We docked it for that. But aside from that, platforming, what do you want them to do? You got a double jump that works beautifully. You got this glide mechanic that works beautifully. You have powers to push and pull things to get to where you need to go. And you have plenty of shit to explore to find all these goddamn floofs. That's right. They're called floofs. Fucking name. But like, what do you want it to be doing like, I'm just trying to understand, what do you want her to do? And it's a platforming game. Do you ask Mario to stop fucking platforming? No.
Exactly. That's
the
thing.
motherfucker platforms. How many times do you have to jump on a fucking head of an enemy before you say the combat's repetitive? Oh no, the combat is so repetitive.
Though. It's true. It's like what are we asking the same
Every game
questions?
is repetitive, man.
Exactly. How many fucking shooting games do you have to play before you say, oh, this game sucks because I shot people again. I shot people. Press the shooting button, pop, pop, pop. So repetitive. The fuck are you talking about? They did fucking fun platforming. It's dope. You could fucking fly later on in the wind and shit. It's fucking dope. They fucking kept it fresh. Amazing. They kept shit going. Come on, man. And then the combat, listen, I could understand. If you're not like into the combat, then that's your personal preference. But to say that it's repetitive, it's kind of bullshit because as you go and
you
play,
unlock so much, by the way.
Yeah, like as you progress, you find more floofs, you get more points, you upgrade your character. All those upgrades, there's not a ton of them, but there's enough, and they're all meaningful. They add shit to the combat. Goes from regular hits to when you hit and grab, that little explosion happens. It all goes into play when you have fucking like 12 people flying around trying to
dodging,
kill you.
You're gliding in there. It all comes into play. Her powers are beautiful and powerful, and they just, you see how it progresses, like the progression of her powers evolving. It's amazing because you see it just in the battles. And then the combat is also, the beauty about this game is so connected, beautifully and seamless. And when you're in a battle, it's also what you're fighting for and what you're fighting as well, right? You're cleansing an area, you're pulling the pain away. It's all a combination. So you just I don't know what else they can possibly need.
She's literally cleansing these areas of the haints and the stigma, right? Like that's the point of it, and that's how, like, there's a reason for it. And if you pay attention to her during this stuff, because again, it's all intertwined, they connected to the story. When she first starts, she's so timid and like, all right, well, hopefully, like, she's nervous about to fight. And guess what? If you listen to her, as the game goes on, she becomes more and more confident to the point where she no longer even looks at it as a scary thing or a crazy thing. She's just like, let's fucking go.
Let me do this
thing. Let me handle this. I'll clear this out. I know what I'm doing.
And even like in her movement, like you just feel that power coming through from her. It's pretty dope.
Agreed. So like the media thinks that they're supposed to reinvent gaming every time they make a new game.
How does Mario get his powers, by the way? A mushroom and a flower, and if they throw a penguin in there, the world loses its
they use the same power for 100 years at this point now. But it's okay.
But Hazel needs to go ahead and figure something else out, right?
Same fucking enemies. Noted. It's Mario 1. Goddamn Koopas, the fucking Koopas, all the same shit. That's okay though. Not repetitive. That's not repetitive.
No.
Hold on.
Game of the year.
Last of Us gets released 46 times.
Every time they 47. Review it. 47.
9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Come on, man. Come on.
I think the thing that I really love about South of Midnight, I finished it also. Great game. Those stories, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but those little individual stories about some of the bosses, man, that was some good shit, bro. Like really good stories. And you know, they're a small team, right? They're only like 80, 90 people, small team. I didn't really care for their previous two games. I didn't really care for We Happy Few or Contrast. But you know, let's see what they have. Let's see what they're cooking. Now I'm gonna tell you, last year at the showcase, when they showed that gameplay, I was like, It was my game of the show. I was like, yo, I wasn't expecting it to look that good. And playing that part that was from that demo was like, oh yeah, this is that part, you know. But the game, I love the game, bro. Like I said, the story's great, the voice acting is great. People complain about the combat. That's the only complaint I've heard, that the combat isn't as great. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's flawless combat, but once you really get good at it. You could do combos.
The rhythm of it.
Yeah, you know, like once you get all of your powers, you know,
Yep.
because like somebody on my show last night, said they don't really give you a choice. You can't. Now you're taking these powers whether you like it or not.
Yep.
You can upgrade them, obviously, but you're taking these powers, and these are your main powers, and I love them. I got so good to where I would, you know, do a shove here, then freeze over here, and you know, it's
throw
you know,
Crouton. Oh,
like
it's such a big part.
people, you know, so I don't want to spoil anything, but you know, it's a really great game, and the music. I know people talk about the music, but I don't think people understand.
They don't.
The music. You're playing, all of a sudden you're hearing singing, like damn, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
And then some of the lyrics, if you listen, are about the bosses.
It's all connected.
The
it's
story,
beautiful.
You know, it's like damn.
Yeah, they're telling the story in a variety of different ways. They even tell a story through the pictures in the houses and things like that.
It's
so
fire, bro. It's a good game. Listen, I know. I'm not gonna say, you know, everybody gotta like the same games.
No.
But I just feel that when your criticism for one game is okay with other games.
I also think that, listen, not everyone has to like every game, but you can respect a great game, right? Even if it's not your type of game or your cup of tea. You're able to acknowledge talent.
I don't like Doodle. I don't like Nintendo games, but I will respect their games. They seem to be good games.
Exactly.
But I don't like them. But you know, I'm not reviewing none either. You know,
that's true. That's true. That's actually factually true. I'm also not a huge fan. Every once in a while, they'll catch me with something and I'm like, okay, this is dope. Mario, the Switch generation Mario Odyssey was the first Mario that I got into since Mario 64.
Damn.
So Mario 64, I had a Nintendo 64. I played it till I got every fucking possible star because that's the only game I had for like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? So like that's all I lived in. After that, none of the Marios grabbed me. And when I mean that, I mean like the 3D Marios. I did like the 2D Marios.
Yeah.
Mario World.
I mean, back then when I was kids, I used to play at my cousin's house. You know, we played the hell out of Mario Brothers 2. You know, but when I got older, I still like some platformers. Don't get me wrong. But when your whole library is platformers, I'm like, you know,
with the same characters, dog. It's not even.
I'm tired of that damn pink balloon. I don't want to play Mario Kart with a pink balloon driving a damn gorilla, 2 punk ass plumbers, and a damn mushroom, man. I'm like,
and the conversations that they have are just amazing. Go ahead, hit it. See,
how come Mario like? Does he still even like have voice acting? Like, how are they justifying? What do they say? Oh, throwing the banana peel, making noise. Like, how are they justify this $80 though? But I'm sorry, we were talking about something, man. But go ahead.
No, it's okay, but it's the truth. Let me tell you something. This whole thing, honestly, has brought out like this magnifying glass that I just have all over everything Nintendo's doing right now. Like, I'm just so like everything that we just ignored is so annoying to me right now because I'm really pissed that they really are the ones who are leading this idea of an $80 game. And the reason is simple, just like you said earlier, Dirt. We all knew that GTA, they've been saying it, they've been dropping hints, they've been flirting, you know, with the idea of coming out at a higher price, right? And chances are they probably are. Maybe before I would have said chances are. Now, do you think fucking GTA can come out cheaper than fucking Mario
There's
Kart?
no way in heck.
No. GTA's gonna be like this fucking plumber bitch in a fucking piece of shit go-kart is gonna be 80, and you think I'm gonna make GTA fucking 6 80? No. That's just gonna be bro, $90, $100 easy, bro.
Did
easy.
you hear?
You know what? You can thank that little fucking plumber bitch, bro. I hate him.
Did you hear? I don't want to jump on your topics Like,
no, you good, man.
But
good.
Did you hear how somebody from Nintendo? I forget who said it. Said there'll be variable pricing, meaning whatever the game is, the price will go by how much the game costs and the development. If that's the case, GTA might be $120 for the standard edition because that game's probably going to be the most expensive game ever made. And it's going to get his money back, no doubt about it. It's going to sell
100%.
consoles. But if we all know that the industry was waiting for a publisher to jump out there with an $80 price tag. We've seen this coming, right? Most people thought it was going to be GTA, like we said several times already. The industry's loving this.
Yes.
I'm talking about the industry, every publisher is loving this.
Absolutely.
They're going to put their games out there. Xbox, PlayStation, but Xbox, we do got Game Pass. Which...
yeah, we do.
But
yeah, we do.
I want Xbox when they put their games on PlayStation. Charge them hoes $80.
Yes.
Yo,
Get them.
Makes sense.
Get them.
Go match. Go higher. Be like, Nintendo did it. So we're gonna.
But the industry is loving this. But you made a good point. Do you think Rockstar is going to charge less? Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Exactly.
Wait,
Bro.
Your game looks like this with a driving gorilla, and it's $80, and we got the most realistic looking game in a big city. The budget's probably $1 billion, and we're going to charge less. Hell no. 100.
No.
Easily,
bro. Easy. And this is the thing. I wish we
could.
could
It's going to still sell. And it's going to still sell.
What were you going to say, baby girl?
When you compare the two, you're like, okay, well, I'm not coming in at freaking 80 or 90. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get what I deserve, right? And then you justify it as, as a consumer. You're like, okay, well, that checks out. It should not be the same. This is messy because it's going to affect these developers are going to come out here thinking that this is what they should be charging. If the industry was affected prior, it's really going to go ahead and get affected moving forward. This is a big issue.
That's the reason why I was so pissed when we were talking about it the last time, because it's like, if GTA did it, right? Let's go back before Nintendo fucking shot themselves in the nutsack, right? Let's go back, okay? And let's just go back to our happier times when we were thinking about GTA. The reason why that was okay, and I'm not saying they should do it, but I'm saying that if they did it, no one is going to look at GTA and say, oh, we're the same or better, so we can be that much money, right? They just not. Everybody's going to say, like, bitch, that's GTA. What the fuck are you? Like, that's not going to happen. But now, you got this loser ass, stupid ass mustache that don't ever grow or don't fucking get shorter. Little mini bitch plumber who everybody in the goddamn world who's making a AA to AAA game is going to look and say, if that little fucking bitch can get that money, then what the hell are we going to do? We spent like 3 times what Nintendo spent on that goddamn game.
Or more. And the problem is, like, with GTA also, aside from, the size of the game, you also think about the fact that, like, it's every 10 years, right? They come in every 10 years. It's messy, bro. It's messy. It's messy. Even with them, we were saying this is going to be something that maybe some people may hold off to go ahead and buy. And this is something that they're going to have to deal with. These are going to be consequences that they're going to have to deal with. Their sales may not be as much as they expect them to be, but they would make more money from the people that do go ahead and buy it. So when you're questioning GTA, right, it also comes with a risk. And Mario's just like, all right, give me your money. Come on, man.
Well, he's making them look good. He's justifying them now.
People won't even step into that space. That's another thing about GTA, that they're kind of like left alone in that space. No one wants to kind of really go toe to toe with them. I forget. And they stepped aside. What was the game?
Saints Row.
Saints Row. Yes. And it's kind of like a clear space for them because people don't feel like that's just what GTA does. So again, the price would have been justified for them to go ahead and do something like this, and it will still come with like people passing on it or waiting till there's a sale. But man, no, not Nintendo. Just doesn't add up.
I'm seeing some people in the chat say we're capping for higher prices. We're not capping. We're just discussing it. Like we're just talking about it.
We're literally saying that it's their fault that there will be higher prices.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that shit.
No, I don't want that shit. The only people that say they want higher prices is ponies.
I know.
Facts.
Hey, that's why they got $130 edition of Forza Horizon 5 that they can buy.
Yeah. All right. Xbox Game Pass is for welfare for crackheads. Okay, I'll buy my games. Okay. Like I always use that.
You buying Xbox games.
I always use that analogy. Nobody goes into Best Buy and see a TV on sale and say, you know what? I don't want to pay the sales price. Yep. Give me the full prices because I want to support the TV manufacturer. I want to support Samsung or LG. Nobody does that.
Imagine going on like Xbox, the store, or whatever. You're about to buy a game, and you're like, all right, let me go get my game. You get to it, and you're like, oh shit, it's on sale. Fuck that. I'll wait.
I'm gonna just wait until this regular price. Nobody does that
shit on sale.
The best analogy is a pony shop at Payless.
Payless.
I don't know if y'all. I don't know if y'all remember, but Payless did a social experiment where they opened a store called Payless in California, and the store sold out. They marked up everything 300%,
but the same shoes,
exact same shoes, and they sold out.
God,
that's hilarious.
That's wild.
Payless.
Yeah.
I remember Payless, man. I remember that store.
It's a problem. Now, also too, because I saw, and I got to get to some of these super chats real quick, but before, I saw Big Migs. He says, here's the fucking shit. The pre-orders all sold out all over the world that actually went live. It's insane. This is the thing, Big. That doesn't really mean anything.
That's the hardcore.
That's your hardcore, right? People hated Xbox One. Guess what? That shit sold out when it went live, right? So that's just the same thing with PlayStation 3, actually. When that shit went live, nobody would find that. So, like, there's always the core group of each brand is going to buy. Don't matter what it is. Don't matter how expensive, no matter how stupid it is, people are going to buy it. After that, that's where shit gets real.
100%. They're always going to sell out. Like every console, I think, except for the Sega Saturn. I think the Saturn, like they did that stealth release that ruined everything for them. But every console always sells out of first. I think the Wii U did well at first.
Yeah,
look how that turned out.
Yeah, I remember when the Wii U was coming out, because I was, regular people who just bought consoles. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the Wii U, right? It's a new console. Fuck it, let me get it, right?
Right.
And it was hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like, oh, it's just everywhere. Everything sells out in the beginning, man. Remember, they sold 14 million consoles. The best launches typically are about 1 million consoles sold, like essentially right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's really not a huge thing. But let me get some of these super chats because the homie's been waiting. The homie Dave Reezy in the building. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that super chat. Says, hopefully the length of the show not too long for dirt. We're not going to go that long.
You know what? This is what they're talking about. I was talking about some game, and I said that the game, like the length of the game was fine. So I said the length was fine, right? Sean clipped that.
Oh my
and
God.
be posting that. So you hear me saying, I thought the length was fine. I was talking about a video game. So that's what he's alluding to. That's what he's alluding to. They always be clipping me saying shit and make it seem sus. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They are abusive. They are abusive.
Wow.
It's funny.
No, that was Sean be doing that shit. My homie.
I see you both got, but you got clips of him too, dog.
Yeah, right. Because I had to, retaliate.
That's funny. You got the homie Do UK now, the bro boy inside with that $2 super chat. So you ordered one and got free one first. That's effed up. Actually, we did order it, and then once we found out we were getting the free one, we hit up Cook and Becker and was like, "Yo,
they're so gracious though. Like they were.
Can we cancel it?"
They were cool about
it. They were cool with it. So that worked out because that would have been, I mean, honestly, I honestly, I kind of wouldn't have minded it, to be honest with you, because we opened it up for the unboxing and like opened up everything was plastic wrapped, right? So it would last.
So to keep
forever.
on, listen, and we kind of went back and forth about it because we knew how special the music, we know how special the music is and everything. So we definitely wanted to open it. But we wouldn't have mind keeping one sealed. So yeah.
There's only like 1,000 of them that were made. So,
yes.
But alas, we didn't. We canceled it. So we do have Big Migs in the building with that $2 super chat.
Big Migs, did you get yours, by the way? He pre-ordered it too, right?
Good question. No idea.
He did. I think he did.
Let us know if you got it.
No, it's at the end of the month, I think.
He says with that $2 super chat, he says, great to see 3 of you. Well, one.
Wow.
God damn it, Big Migs. And he says, sorry, Dirt, had to. LOL, great to see you here, man. With that too.
Had to come from the darkness.
Slander. Simple Jack with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says the same people that complain about South of Midnight Combat love the repetitive combat of Spider-Man and play Madden and COD every day.
Exactly.
Facts.
For sure.
That's a great point.
Especially Spider-Man, right? I don't know if you guys played the PlayStation Spider-Man, but
yeah, I played a bit of it.
Okay, so you play it, you hit, and then do the special thing, right?
Swing to the left, swing to the right.
Yep. And then when you do the final, what happens? You take away control and you watch a little movie clip play out to finish them, right? All the time. Every battle, same way. Finishes the same way, ends the same way. I didn't hear nobody say, man, that combat is so repetitive. No. PlayStation.
My only issue I had with the South of Midnight Combat was the unravel mechanic. After you beat the enemy enough, you can unravel it real quick. It wasn't like always so smooth. That was like the only issue I had to comment. But everything else was great.
Bro,
I wanted it to be instant.
It's part of the combat. First of all, you don't get hit when you're doing it. That's
right. It freezes because everything freezes.
Yeah, everything freezes when you actually do it. But before you do it, like if you're surrounded, you got one you can unravel. Sometimes you get smacked up a little bit trying to hit the Y button on it. So I just,
bro, I'm just saying, maybe you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Figure out how to dodge at the right moment, spoof everybody.
I got some perfect dodges on me. That's just that was like my only. If I was gonna be picky, that'd be my only issue.
Dude, I fucking love that thing. That shit is like a weapon. I use it to set people up.
Oh, I like it, but sometimes it's not as smooth. Like sometimes I want to hit the X, and then as soon as it goes into that mode, I want to hit the Y, and it happens. It doesn't happen like quite as fast as I would like. But that's neither here nor there.
All right. Well, maybe I didn't feel that. I didn't find that. But especially once you upgrade, bro, that's just like a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Do that, it blows up.
Yeah.
Puts everybody into that.
I'm only 4 chapters in. I only made it chapter 4.
Oh, okay. You're a youngin'. You gotta get up there, man. You'll find once you upgrade everything, that shit becomes a weapon, dude. You use it, you get people to gather around, then you hit it, and it puts them on that weave. Beautiful thing. Starkey Love,
Starkey,
man, appreciate you, homie. Says it's only right that Nintendo, a Japanese company, commits seppuku with their stability of their Switch 2 prices. Hashtag Xbox leads the way. Starkey Love.
Let's go.
Listen, I gotta tell you right now, there's nothing more that I would enjoy than to see Nintendo get humbled. I would love it. I want to walk through, obviously not on launch, but a little later, I want to walk to the store and just see nothing but Switches sitting there looking stupid because nobody wants to buy your fucking $80 game. You know what's other crazy? I know we kind of jumping around with stuff, but Doug Bowser, the president of whatever CEO or whatever he is on Nintendo of America, he said they don't want to standardize the price, right? And it's funny because people think that 100% means, well, we don't want to say that $80 is going to be all the games. They're going to be lower ones. Nobody ever said that that's what it meant. He didn't say there's going to be only lower. When he said he doesn't want to standardize that because he's telling you, motherfucker, we might do 90. We might do 100.
They want to leave hope out there so that people can start spreading around the fact that it may not necessarily be $80 or $90 for the game. You may go ahead and get a break here and there if they don't find it to be worth it. I don't trust Nintendo to
wait for the next Zelda or the next Mario. That shit might be 90, 100.
Exactly.
And are they gonna admit that, you know, this Nintendo IP doesn't meet the quality standard to hit 80 or 90? Like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna make all of them 80 or 90 because they're all at that quality.
I mean, their games are usually always quality for those types of games, but I see what you're saying. You're saying the types of games they are.
Yeah, but they're saying it's based on the size and scope and scale of the game that they're gonna charge that price, and they're not going to make an admission that, you know, Kirby isn't as good as Mario. They're going to charge the same price for both.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I feel like that's exactly what it does. Because immediately once I saw they did Donkey Kong at 70 and not 80, I was like, well, what the fuck is wrong with this shit game? Why doesn't it live up? This is like your big game. You close the show essentially with this game.
Yeah.
Right. This is your big moment. And it's 70. So does that mean not as good as Mario Kart? It's not as high quality. Did you not spend enough money to make it 80 here? What's happening? Right? Maybe there's a reason why. You saw it on the last show. I put that Thomas, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy who made Ori, his studio.
Oh yeah.
He put a clip up like Mahler or some shit. He put a clip up like, did anybody else notice how shit this fucking animation work is on Donkey Kong? Like, why is there no? Yeah, he was like, why is there no blending? And
I
like,
didn't even see that. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
He put a clip of it. He's like, does this not look like this? This doesn't look okay.
Damn, I didn't
like,
see that one.
Like he came out. He was like, yo, I'm gonna slap up Nintendo. They charge you 80 for games, and they coming out with this quality. Come on, man.
Damn.
I'm telling you. It's crazy what they're doing out here. We got the homie Ryard Gaming in the building with that $2 super chat. Says Ball Beanie Gang. CMoney got his hair hat length fine. I told y'all once it stopped being colder, I was gonna stop with the beanie, bro. God damn it. See, Dirk got a beanie on.
There you go.
Like? Yeah, but I ain't got no hair, and it's cold in this damn basement. See, I ain't got no hair.
See, but it's the same thing. It'd be cold in here sometimes, so you put it up. But now,
my basement always cold, even during the summer when the air is on. It be freezing out here, man.
Oh well, that's good because you're saving the saving your ass being down there. Can you imagine being down there all hot and shit?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and if you have your computer down there, it keeps it cool. Shit,
that would be. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It'd be freezing. Yeah, man.
RC Podcast with that too, man. Been playing WZ. Where are my Game Pass perks for WZ Xbox? What the fuck is WZ? What is that? Do we know?
Warzone?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Warzone.
Damn. I feel like I'm not hip to the kids with their abbreviations of shit.
Bro, sometimes people leave an abbreviation. I'm like, what the hell is that, man?
Yeah.
Or acronyms. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Bro, we just found out what Gape gloves.
Oh my god!
You know what that was?
What's
that? You know what that is? Gape gloves.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You don't know what it? See, Dirt's a normal human.
I never even seen that.
Okay? Yeah. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up, Dirt.
Okay.
Don't. He's doing it.
Real quick.
Right now.
This is not something you want to. There's a reason we don't know, Dirt. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Here's our old time with that $2 super chat. Says I'm here to promote XEC with Ray Wednesday. Oh wow. Well, thank you.
How nice.
Appreciate you.
Look at that.
Look at that. Ray getting promotions. Called Weed. Ray, I haven't seen Ray in a while. Ray, funny guy. Called Weed with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Man. Microsoft charges $70 for Forza. Damn, I almost forgot what FH5.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Microsoft charging $70 for Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation 5. It was $60 on Xbox. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, show them the right.
Yeah,
you gotta take those cash, right? Like that.
That game is gonna do well over there.
Oh yeah, they're fucking soaking it up. Wait till it comes to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah,
and they charge $80 for the standard price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about this. Can you? Well, first of all, Steven Raimi, thank you so much, man, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. I wish I could show the sticker, but
doesn't show. I know. I'm look for it.
Imagine now. You got to think about this because the shit goes all the way, right? It goes all the way through. So Microsoft has a decision. do they go to Nintendo Switch and say, your stupid ass kart game is better than Forza Horizon 5, probably the most realistic looking game and most fun driving game in all of history, and you're telling me, are they going to come in lower? So, I mean, they have to make that choice, right? Do they want to come in lower than Mario Kart and be like, oh, we're the value, we're the real first party you want?
The
or
only
are they
thing
match it?
with that game, it doesn't have the same argument because it came out in 2021. You know what I'm saying?
But Breath of the Wild came out in 2017 and they got that bitch at 70. So this is
Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, it did come out.
Yeah, they have the Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, the Switch. Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
but that's first party. You know, they do things differently. You know.
Well, I'm saying if this is 4 years younger, I'm saying we get to that 80. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. I can't wait to see how this all plays out. Sir Riffs a lot with that $2 super chat says, it's me, Scamario. That makes more sense. Yeah, I feel that, man. There's some bullshit. Gliz money. Oh, god damn it. $2 super chat. Dirt is here, and I have plenty of length. Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. We gotta move on.
Say about that one.
Yo, bro. Service a lot with that too. BD Brigade is one today. Panel slipping. Oh well.
Hey,
this is the
at least he doesn't have gate gloves.
He doesn't have gate gloves. Nobody has gate gloves. Gil his money back with that too. Nintendo out here giving out bukakis everywhere.
Oh
shit.
My god.
Oh god.
God damn. Dave Easy with the 2. I turned the hub off. It's on only during combat.
On what? South of Midnight?
I turned the hub off. It's on only during combat.
Oh, you can cut the hub off on South of Midnight? I ain't paying attention.
I think he's talking about the Pornhub.
Oh. During combat? He's only on during combat? Oh, damn, David.
That'll be real wild, Dave.
It's only doing combat. It's only 2 minutes. It's only on phone.
That's fucked up. That's wild. Servers love that too. Don't buy Nintendo. Hashtag. Oh, I say hashtag. Quote. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
People are gonna do what they want to do, but listen, those games is wild. They haven't shown anything worth getting either. Good point. Moonlight Ace with that too.
Moonlight
Scalpers
Ace
got to Nintendo Switch too. You gotta imagine a lot of those are beating scalpers.
That's what they live for. A new console or anything 100%. That's going to move units. Even with the PS5 Pro, when they banned like the disk drives, the external disk drives, and they had those boys stocked up, and I don't know how it sold because I don't think many people bought it.
Yeah, I think they started giving them away pretty much, like selling them for like cheaper than MSRP to get them out. Because nobody gave a shit about that. Nobody gave a shit about that system. It's hilarious. All right. Let's get started. Shout out to everybody here, man. We appreciate y'all guys for being here.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let me get my chapter. Hold on. It's gonna happen. Where is it? Actually, perfect. Dirt's here. We're gonna use the one that Dirt did. It's perfect. All right. So let me go here. Let me go here. Present. Hola. Percent. Okay. Money. All right. Get my chapter. And okay. All right. So obviously we've talked about it, but we do want to see official shit, right? We like seeing official stuff. And officially, the word on the street is Nintendo says if you're too broke, go buy a Switch One. It's what they said. Let's see the way it actually plays out. Let me bring it up here. This is Nintendo Everything. Nintendo Everything put out this post and says, Nintendo says it understands that some consumers won't be able to afford the Switch 2, which is why they're still making Switch 1 available. That's some cold shit to say, especially since you already sold like 150 million of these bitches, right? Like, if they wanted it, they would have gotten it. what I'm saying? You ain't selling that much anymore, and that's a problem. Let me go ahead and get the official write-up over here. It says, while discussion surrounding Switch 2's price continues, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser understands that some consumers may not be able to afford the system. Bowser was speaking about the cost in a recent interview. For those interested in Nintendo's overall ecosystem, Bowser highlighted that it will continue to have Switch 1 available. New games for that console will also continue to launch heading into 2026. Bowser told CBC, as we look at Nintendo Switch 2 and you think about the feature sets that I talked about, we believe that the pricing is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall. We recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available, so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. Oh, there's been plenty of talk surrounding the Nintendo Switch 2's cost, and some are fearing that it can go higher than the previously announced $450 price. That's right. Let's not forget the tariffs.
Yep.
A few days ago, it was announced that pre-orders are being delayed in the U.S. as Nintendo evaluates the impact of tariffs. We also heard quite a bit of Nintendo's Switch 2 price yesterday. Bowser confirmed that previous tariffs were not factored in when deciding on $450. Meanwhile, outside the console, there's even more controversy surrounding game prices. Titles like Mario Kart World and Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom are going for $80 each. It's funny because people try to tell us that it was only Mario Kart World that was $80, but Tears of the Kingdom is also $80. Okay, so that's what it was. That's what it was said. Now, again, as soon as I saw this, I was like, wow. It's almost like who are they? Like, who is this Nintendo that showed its face to us? Like, are you just proving that you were always so like weak and like
pathetic
that until you had the backing of the Switch, like, understand, they bowed out. We talked about it. They bowed out of the race of power, and then they bowed out of the console market. Like, let's not get this twisted. Their handhelds were the thing that were leading the way. He said we sold 150 million Switch 2s. We were having a discussion the other day and found out one of their top selling handhelds was the 3DS, I guess, or whatever it was. It sold 150 something million. So realistically speaking, you just are selling to your handheld base. The fact that you can dock it is appealing to the lesser group of people who were buying the consoles. You're not pushing things forward. You're just moving things from one side to the other. You're like, when did you become this cocky, right? To think that you were going to come out here, you like, and just fucking listen, I know, like, again, I agree with you, Dirt. Like, when I heard the 450, if I take Nintendo out of my head and I hear a new console at 450, that makes sense to me, right? Because the world we're living in today, everything is $399 and up pretty much, right? So it makes sense. And then I start thinking about Nintendo, and then I start thinking about what a Series S costs on Xbox, and then I start wondering, how the fuck can Nintendo tell me that they're going to charge me more than what a Series S costs, and it can't even perform like the Series S can perform?
That was Steam Deck.
I mean, that's nasty work right there. That's nasty work right there. It's a big problem for me when I see this, because I just think, why? Like, I know greed is a word that a lot of people are using, and I think greed from an outsider makes sense. Like, we're calling them greedy. I think it's pure cockiness. I think it's just them thinking they can, so they will. I don't think it's greed in their mindset, because for them they take all the money anyway. They've been greedy for every console they made, because instead of lowering the price like everybody else and actually taking a hit on the console, they've always made sure that they made money on every console, and then they made money on the games as well. So that's like natural. That's who they are. They've been greedy. What's new now is that they're cocky. You know what I'm saying? They're cocky. They think they're some big shit coming out here with this fucking crazy. Literally 300 is where they launched the Switch.
That's a big jump.
$150 more. They're launching the Switch 2. It's again over 50% more. That's asinine. And then you factor in what the actual games cost. Let's not forget, people are talking about $70 as if that was Nintendo's always price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Nintendo was rocking $60. They were rocking $60 for their games.
Until when? Until they released the Switch, until they dropped the Switch.
So
no. Actually,
on the Switch they were 60. Is when they dropped that
the Zelda
Tears of the Kingdom.
The special.
Zelda,
then they dropped the special Switch with it. No.
Yep. Well,
they dropped that as well.
Yeah, they dropped that.
This is the thing, by the way. Don't expect them to just make that one version of the Switch that they're going to release. We know that, with the Switch 1, they made Splatoon, they made Zelda, they made a Mario version, Animal Crossing. So expect that as well. I wonder if they are butthurt about the fact that they feel like they brought handhelds back, right? And everyone jumped on that wagon and everyone's making money off of that. And they feel maybe entitled that they deserve to get this type of money now to make up for doing what they did, for being innovative and putting this out there that everyone kind of ran with, because they did make it a thing. Now they made it relevant. They brought this in and everyone kind of just ran with it. The world was ready for something like that. And they started making different versions of it with more power. But this is a little out there for them to go ahead and have these type of prices. Personally, I think they're having their PlayStation moment with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I think that they're getting a little over their head with this situation. And again, if we were shocked by the 450, and CMoney is absolutely right, it's just when you start breaking it down, it's when you're like, okay, well, hold up, what is happening here? Because we did initially hear the price and it was like, okay, and then when you start analyzing, you're like, wait, hold on, how much was the Switch versus the new one that's coming out? But when those prices for the game, and that's what was weird, they didn't give you any prices, not for the console, not for the games. I don't know if you guys looked up the prices for anything, but I found out on Twitter about the game prices being $80 to $90.
Mm-hmm.
I just ended up kind of like seeing it, and I'm like, wait, hold on, no way Nintendo's doing this. So they wouldn't even dare. And I said this before, at least PlayStation put their prices out there with the Pro, as timid as they were, and as much as they wanted to like really show you the worth by pausing, zooming in and everything, at least they did like rip the Band-Aid and had the balls to go ahead and give you the price for the console. But Nintendo didn't do that. They were very, very reserved about that. And then again, like I said, where did you guys find out? Because I found out on Twitter.
Yeah, I found out on Twitter about all the pricing for the games and for the hardware.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That makes it even more shady, because that they couldn't put that out there themselves.
Yeah, because I was wondering at that direct, they did everything else but announce the price.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It felt weird.
I think the only thing they announced the price for was that tech demo that they're selling.
The
No,
tech demo that
they
they're
just
selling.
said that, yeah. Oh yes, they're selling it.
The one that they're
that's all they
selling.
mentioned,
Yeah.
that
selling.
they're gonna sell it.
The-
So at first I
intro
thought it
demo.
was something that they were just going to show you or something that you got to do. But no, it's not a part of the console. It's not something that it's an experience. if you choose to want to go ahead and look into that. It's a game, full price, supposedly.
A tech demo. Listen,
Yes.
even dog shit PlayStation include the Astro Playroom with the PS5 as a tech demo to show you what the controller can do. But Nintendo wants to charge. I don't know how much how much are they charging for it?
I think it's 20.
That's 20 too much.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But listen,
I could also be making that up. I think it's. I feel like I heard people say it was 20.
I heard people say it was a full like a full game. But then again, why? See, okay, Mac is saying
40.
Yes,
Lynn says 10. I think we're
so
all over the
place. We all over the place. Yeah.
The fact that they're charging is a problem. That they're charging for that nonsense. Like what? Now we're gonna go ahead and look at the specs of the crap that you made. So what? We can maybe feel comfortable about the fact that our Joy-Cons are not going to fall apart like the last ones that you made. Those things were trash.
I also heard something regarding those is that they might still have drift because they don't have the magnets at the Hall effect.
Yeah.
They didn't even fucking put Hall effect. Bro.
Yeah. I saw that the other day.
Shittiest controllers on these streets now. They just be putting Hall effect in there like, fuck it. We'll take the hit.
By the way, all of their accessories, the prices went up on that too. And the Joy-Cons were already $90. So if we have the same situation where you can't, like, these things seriously are so fragile, they break so easily. I mean, here we go with another issue. Like, fix that problem. Figure out how to make that work first. And then we'll talk about money.
Agreed. So, again, I mean, when we look at what happened with this, I mean, I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you like? What is the mindset? What do you think? Realistically speaking, obviously he came out here and said all this stupid shit, but they had to be smoking some crack, right? Like there had to be something happening to make this happen. Farrell, what do you feel when you saw this? When you heard this was happening, and now this moment of, if you can't afford it, oh well, go buy our old shit.
I feel like actually piggybacking off of what you guys have said, I think part of it is that they've spent the better half of the past decade as the market leader, but they never got the respect for it. So maybe they raised their prices to kind of like, you have to respect our console now and not just say, oh, it's just a Switch or oh, it's just a Mario game. Maybe that's a part of it. Because otherwise, I just
Pride?
Yeah, I don't really see where it made sense to raise prices to this extent, because I feel like you alienated so much of your customer base. Like I said, like, you know, if you got 2 or 3 kids and you were buying each one of them Switches, to do that now and to buy them the games and the online, it becomes very cumbersome for a family of, you know, 3 or more to do that. So
imagine a family of 8.
Yeah.
And everyone, you know, everybody would want one. That's the thing, Farrell, and you're absolutely right. I want to say, you remember me saying, I want them to give me a reason. Right now, there's not a reason to go ahead and get the new Switch.
Mm-hmm.
The reason wasn't there. They were leaning on a ridiculous amount of third-party games. Like, what are you bringing to the table? It wasn't enough for me.
And it was all
I don't know how you felt watching that show.
It was a bunch of old third-party games too. Like there weren't a lot of new ones outside of the I guess they call it a Bloodborne sequel, Dust Bloods or whatever. That was like the only like real new AAA that we saw that people really want to get their hands on. But the third-party stuff, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, that's been out for since 2018, I think.
That was another funny moment for us too.
And then you got Cyberpunk that came out in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, so I mean, like these games are older. So I don't see the appeal to get a brand new Switch to play those type of games
that look better on a different console, though.
Yeah,
like that's also a part of the issue. And essentially, if you do have a different console, then you probably would have, if you had the interest, you probably would have played these games.
Yeah, already, for sure.
I think it's the scope. When I see that and I hear that, right? And I'm like, okay, they're bringing all these third-party games. This is what they're leaning on. It's almost as if they're giving these games for their own audience that they believe bought only the Switch, right? So if you don't have access to these games because you've been stuck on Nintendo and now these games are coming to your platform, then that's when it kind of makes sense. Oh, look at all these things that they're bringing in, all these third-party games that are bringing in. But it also doesn't suit with the narrative that Nintendo people go to Nintendo to play Nintendo games.
Facts.
It's a contradiction.
Facts.
Yeah. I do think it makes sense for the Asian market, though, because the Asian market doesn't really buy PlayStations and Xboxes. So it might make sense over there, but for over here, like it does, like that show didn't necessarily appeal to us. We were already played on our hardware preference. By the time it comes to the Switch 2 in June, so
yeah. I think it also has a lot to do with obviously their focus. I think we know that times are changing. You know, we know that little kids today are not Nintendo heads unless mommy and daddy are Nintendo heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, people are not going to the store to buy a Switch to throw at their kid to keep them quiet. They're giving them the Amazon Fire tablet, their little phone. You know what I'm saying? Like they're grabbing a pad or a phone to throw at the kid. Like, here, entertain yourself. And the kids they find games, they play games, they do that shit amazingly. I feel our son will come to me like pissed off because he got stuck or something in the game on his phone, and on the phone, and he give it to me, and I'm like, bro, I don't know how to I don't even know what you've been doing in this game. Like, I have no idea how any of this works. And then he'll get frustrated and take it from me and then do it immediately, all on the touchscreen. I'm like, bro, this is just natural for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get it. They can play these games. This is what they want, is access. They don't care about Nintendo, the name brand. They don't care about Xbox. They don't care about PlayStation. None of these kids care. They just want to play whatever game they want to play whenever they can, right? And however they can. And most of them, that's on a mobile device of some way, shape, or form. So I think Nintendo sees it too, man. Like, a lot of people try to cap for them and act like they think that they're above it. I don't think they think that. I think they know that the youth is not all that is cracked up to be for them right now. They still have a generation of youth that are there, but it's after that generation what happens, right? So you don't want to wait until nobody's going to be picking up your Switch, right? What you want to do is get them used to the idea that if they own a Switch, they can also play the big boy games here as well.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they're doing this, right? They want to make sure that for the parents who have a kid that they want to buy the Switch for, they want to be able to say, okay, you put the kid to bed. Now I'm going to go and play, Cyberpunk or whatever the hell it is. The question is, does it backfire on them? And over time, the grown-up likes the real games,
and then
right? And then says, "Oh shit, but these games are better on an Xbox or on a PlayStation. Let me get one of those systems instead." And then they just abandon the Switch, because at what point are we all going to stop acting like the graphics are going to compete, bro? They're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
I think what you said is true. It's a different time. Some people still want it to be like the early 2000s or the 90s. It's a different time. Nintendo obviously still has a fan base. The Switch sold extremely well, but I think it's so well because it was that hybrid, that handheld. And like you mentioned, there was still going to be some parents that buy the Switches, of course. But the better these phones and these other devices get, you're just going to see less and less people buy consoles. Now, I'm not making an excuse because of what's going on in the industry. We keep on seeing these console prices is going to keep on going up, right? Pretty much the next Xbox is not going to be less than $700. Let's leave it at that. PS6 is probably not going to be less. Hell, the Pro is $700.
Exactly.
So the PS6 is probably going to be $800.
Dirt, don't say that. Don't say that, Dirt, because you got certain ponies out there who would differ and tell you that the Pro is just not subsidized because they want to make the money, but then on the next one they're going to subsidize it. So they've been selling an inferior product for $700 and people are used to it, but they're going to go cheaper than the $700 and give you a better product.
Ain't no damn way. See, I'm up here admitting the next Xbox might be $800, right?
That's wild.
So what's going to happen when you think about, I always say this on my show, when you think about who's better prepared for the future, I think that's the easy answer. Xbox. They're prepared with their cloud technology, their games, they have the content that nobody else, as far as the big three, as far as publishers and platform holders, nobody has the content that they have. Now, if you want to talk about Nintendo, we can't predict the future because like people make fun of me because I had a video, my first video on my channel in 2016, October 2016. I did a video saying Nintendo Switch will flop. Obviously, that didn't happen. So we can't really predict the future, but we can see what's happening now. As far as, like you said, CMoney, like what's happening with these kids, right? Now, the kids that's kids now, 7-8 years, I don't see them like still sticking to traditional consoles. I just don't. And we can talk about, is the next Xbox the last Xbox? Probably. Hell, 15 years from now, maybe cloud technology will be so great that it feels native. Some people tell me that there's some cloud technology that feels native now.
It already feels native, dog.
Yeah.
I do most of my gaming. I replayed Avowed, okay, entirely on cloud.
There you go.
Entirely. And that shit is amazing. So yeah, we're already there. The people who are like, obviously, I would say still for like I feel like I have noticed that on TV it's not the same. On a device,
it's really
like I do it on the Steam OLED, and I got GeForce Now and xCloud on there, and on the device, perfect, feels 100% native. xCloud or GeForce Now already.
That's
there.
what I heard is like native
on
GeForce
TV,
Now. Like people told me like
not great on TV yet. So I don't know if it's the connection between the controller and the system, the internet. I don't know what the fuck it is, but maybe that's why Xbox is supposed to be doing that new the controller that connects to the internet instead of to your console.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but this is just like I said, it's a different time, man, and we have to realize it. It's a different time. Gaming's not going anywhere. But I do feel that the way we play games is still going to be like the traditional way is still going to be here for now. Hey, I'm 48 years old. What the hell do I care in 15 years? I just still want to play games. God willing, I'm still here playing games. You know what I'm saying? As long as I can still play how I like to play. I just love the options that a company like Microsoft is giving us.
Yep.
I love the options. And next generation, they're going to have an official handheld. You have another console. We can, obviously the rumor about Steam. I just love that. And Nintendo is still sticking traditional for now. Even PlayStation is, they're still trying to stick traditional, but they're still doing some things they've never done before, like the PC. And, there's some other things we're seeing that's going on. So I'm still excited about the future of gaming, but at the same time, I am kind of worried about certain things. Like the prices of these games keep on going up. I mean, it's crazy because my love for gaming is not going to leave, right? So and that's why something like Xbox Game Pass, that value, is just
it's untouchable.
It's untouchable. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. It's untouchable. And when I was talking about Xbox Game Pass last week, when all this news came out with the pricing for the Switch 2, and I was like, Xbox Game Pass is the best value in gaming, hands down. It's untouchable. The responses was, well, Xbox Game Pass is going to go up too. No shit. But I bet you it won't be $80 a month, you pieces of trash.
Facts. Facts.
It won't be
It's
80.
gonna go up. Yeah, I'm sure it will go up again. Duh. But look at the value they're giving us. Just look at the last 6 months.
Bro.
Indiana Jones, Avowed,
On,
even third-party games is going in there day one.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Fall, Expedition 33 is coming. Stalker 2. I forgot about Stalker 2. Thank you. And I finished that. I still don't know how I finished that game, but I did.
You finished that game?
Yes, bro. It's like 75 hours. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but that game was I never played a game like that, bro.
That's wild.
I
want to. I just felt like I'll never beat it. Yo, I feel like
when somebody said, "Dirt, you finished that game," I was like, I do not know how. I kept on getting pissed. I was thinking I was fighting the last boss. The game would go about 6-7 more hours. I fight another boss. Okay, I said that has to be the last boss, right? Game would go another 4 hours. I'm like, what the?
Oh my god!
But I said I have to finish it. I made it this far. I have to finish it at this point. But so that's true, man. So
that's real wild. That's real wild. But I mean, but that's just the value that exists, right? Like, look, the fact is that Game Pass it really is untouchable, like you said. And honestly, when you think about what's happening with Nintendo, like, listen, I would love to be, have hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank and it just don't matter what things cost. I just snap my finger and make it happen, right? And it's like, of course we can afford it if it goes to 80 or 90 or $100, but everything has a value normal that you have to that you put on things, right? No matter what it is, right? When you go buy a car, yes, can you afford the payment for a much more expensive card? Of course, you just got to sacrifice some other shit to make it happen, right? But it's like, no, I don't feel like spending more than this for that. I don't feel like spending more than this for that. I can't, bro, we can't get to a point where $80, $90, $100.
And we're talking about games that don't drop their prices, right? It's not something that you're going to go ahead and find on sale for 75% off, 2 years down the line, right? So these prices are going to stick. And that's also a part of the bigger problem. We were just talking about Game Pass, and that is what is so eye-opening. And that is part of the problem, right? When you're looking at the value and what you're getting in there, and then what are you going to do? Spend what you spend on Game Pass for what? How long? 3 months? Or 4 months? Spend it on freaking Mario Kart?
Dude, there can get to a point where 2 games a year, if you buy your Game Pass through CD keys and shit, if you buy 2 regular games a year, that's a whole year of Game Pass.
Yep. That's the value right there.
How the fuck does that make sense outside of this situation? And again, I know, listen, I lived through the old times too. And yes, they were $80 games, $90 games for Nintendo, and there was crazy shit happening.
Yeah,
but number one, standardized pricing wasn't really that big of a thing. There wasn't hey, every game is this price type deal. There was a justified, around most games were a certain amount, but people would do shit like that. But there were also not that many games.
Exactly.
Right? So you would go ahead, buy a game, and live in that game for a while. Good or bad, you bought it, you're stuck. This is what's happening. Right? Now, dude, there's so many games coming out. So many games that a lot of us core gamers, I would call us, want to experience. Mm-hmm. And outside of Game Pass, you're telling me, 6 games dropped this month that you want that are $80. And that's cool. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and just you're gonna spend $500 every fucking month that there's 6 games coming out. Come on, man.
And that's crazy. What? I agree with you, man. The only people that it wouldn't make sense to subscribe to Game Pass. There's only one person, one type of person that shouldn't subscribe to Game Pass, and that's a person that only buys Call of Duty. Because it will be stupid to pay a monthly fee. You only play Call of Duty. If you're a gamer, if you play more than that, but even with the Call of Duty argument, even that game is in the service, right? Yeah. If you're a casual, a super casual that only plays Call of Duty, because I'm gonna tell you why remember my father, who just passed like a few weeks ago, so rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man.
I bought him an Xbox Series S, right?
That's why.
For MLB The Show. He only played 2 games a year, MLB The Show and Madden. That's it, right?
Yep.
So then I realized I was paying Game Pass every month. I was like, I should have just bought it, right? So because I was paying every month and he would only play it like maybe 4 or 5 months out of the year, then I realized, okay, maybe I should have just bought it. Those are the only people I can see not getting Game Pass. Any other person that considers yourself a gamer, what are you doing? Like, seriously. You can't say, because I remember back in 2017, their argument was, oh, Game Pass don't have shit in there, nothing but old games.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they literally own Bethesda. They own ABK. They have a plethora of first-party studios, and they have some third-party games dropping day and date. Even EA Access games drops later, like college football, Madden, FC Sport. Like what? Like how are you calling yourself a gamer and still saying Xbox Game Pass is trash? Because you're full of shit.
You are.
You full of shit.
100%.
If you say this, I'm not an Xbox fan. I don't want the service. That's fine. But to sit up here and say it's a bad service, PlayStation Plus is better, you full of shit. Flat out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cracked out.
You're either a pony or Nintendo pony.
That. Yeah.
And I'll say one thing that I like about Game Pass is, like, you know, for people who don't have a lot of money, it pulls you out of the live service rabbit hole a little bit. Once you get a chance to play a bunch of different variety type of games, you don't necessarily have to live inside of a Call of Duty or live inside of a Madden or 2K, where you only bought your 1 or 2 games a year, and that's what you just played all year. Now you get to play a variety of different games and genres that you never even knew that you might like.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I see. Shane G said that he worked with people that only play 1 or 2 games a year. Maybe Game Pass isn't the best thing for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
Like you said, right? Call of Duty is basically like the forever games, right? If you play those forever games. Yep. If you're playing Fortnite only, if you're playing Roblox only, if you're playing Call of Duty or Madden or NBA, FIFA, you know, I don't know how much crossover there is between them. I don't know how many people go from NBA for football, you know, Madden to FIFA. Maybe that exists, but I think outside of that, that's where we're kind of talking about, right? There's obviously those type of people who only play those games. That doesn't mean they're less of gamers, right? Because if they're spending their free time playing some shit, then they're playing some shit. You know, they like what they like, and that's fine. But it's also like, don't then turn around and talk shit about Game Pass. Like,
well, that's the thing. If it doesn't suit you, it doesn't, and that's fine. But you can still see the value, right? And I agree. Like, if you have your designated, you know, 1 or 2 games a year, that's a whole different story. But even for people who like may end up and Farah, I believe you brought up just to, you know, try out the games. Even if you were to go ahead and still buy the games that you do enjoy, just not wasting the money buying a game that you haven't played, right? So almost like a demo, right? To go ahead and try out the games and make sure you actually like them instead of losing that full price. Not to mention that if they're in Game Pass, you get them for 20% off. It's just, if you're looking to explore and try new and different things and potentially end up liking a lot of games that you didn't even think you would, I mean, that's the place to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts. Yep. Not to mention, I just saw Boomer Benz bring up a great point. Like, even then, like, if you go ahead and play the system correctly and focus on those Microsoft reward points, dude,
yes,
you can pay for your.
A lot of people pay for
Game Pass through playing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. The more they play, the more rewards they get. The more rewards they get, the less they pay. It's crazy.
Yep, it's true.
And Xbox knows that that's a thing, and they allow that to happen. Right? They're already giving you the best deal in the world, and they allow you to literally get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
if you just devote all your time to getting all this stuff done. Like that's crazy. But let me get some of these super chats because they've been sitting here for a while, man. I appreciate you. Dayreezy came back when we were talking about his Pornhub habit with the $2 chat. Says yes, you can customize South of Midnight's hub, you POSs. Dark Angelic with the 5 says people who wanted a Switch 1 already got one. This is just gaslighting by Nintendo to justify their greed.
Yeah.
So you're talking about when Doug Bowser tried to say, hey, go get a Switch if you can't get this one. It's like, no, POS. Why would we go buy your old shit? Like who? And for like $100 less. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not dropping the price. True. Did they announce that the Switch is now $150? No, they didn't lower that shit. Come on, man. Straight up bullshit. Dave Easy said with that too says Nintendo sold dummies cardboard. Are you surprised? They did do that.
True. They did.
That is,
but it didn't sell though. I mean, even the regular fan was like, "Oh hell no, we ain't buying no damn cardboard now."
yeah.
Now Nintendo, y'all done went too far with this.
We ended up getting. What were they like? They were like $10 on like clearance, and we ended up getting the set just to have it to see if the kids would ever look at it. All that shit.
Never.
We bought them for $10 each on clearance. And they are wherever I don't even know where they are, but wherever they are sealed. Unopened, sealed, just sitting there looking stupid. But we got it for like 10 each. So I was like, all right, we'll see. We'll see if the kids will like it. They didn't. They didn't care.
Yeah, cardboard.
Fontus Arts with that 5. I appreciate your homie says something that may also factor in the pricing is that what Nintendo may be trying to collect for what it cost them for using NVIDIA parts. The other big N. I mean, maybe Nvidia's charging them a premium. I don't. In that interview, this one right here, the CBC ship, he brought up the question about taking a loss on hardware came up. And the guy said, "Is that's what's happening here? You know, you take a little loss on the Switch 2 and you sell the hardware." And Doug was like, "Well, I mean, you know, we gotta make a little something. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make a little something. But so like he's good making the money there for sure. They're definitely selling this stuff for more than they could. I don't know how much NVIDIA." Like NVIDIA's selling them their old shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like old crap that's coming out on this Switch. Like this is not their newest stuff. You didn't hear no announcement of the newest DLSS or anything. Supposedly it can do DLSS, but it doesn't say what format of it, right? Like seems like this is all pretty old tech. So I don't know. I mean, do you guys think that NVIDIA is charging them a premium and that's why one of the reasons why they could be more?
Nah, because I don't think they're using the latest NVIDIA technology. So I wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
If their console blew me away, I might feel that way. But like when I watched the show, I was like, I
didn't see Street Fighter 6 comparisons. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't. I saved it. I didn't watch it though.
It looks pretty good. It looked a little bit more crisp than like PS5 and Xbox Series S. I don't know about the X, but I guess the resolution looked better. I don't know, but we'll see when some of these other games, because they're putting Cyberpunk on there, and that's only running 40 FPS. So,
is it?
I don't know.
So, I mean, I guess we'll see with. I think that's why they did the 120. By the way, the big push for 120, because that's the only way you can get 40. And you know, Digital Foundry's done it a bunch of times where it's like 40, it doesn't feel like 30. Like it feels like much better than 30. So maybe that was like their big play. But Digital Foundry is going to be the one that exposed this shit, right? So they're either going to be like, wow, I was blown away and I was shocked. Nintendo's actually amazing, or they're gonna be like, well, you know. They're fucked.
I mean, I think we should give them some time though, because they kind of went back and forth with the pisser until they
well, you know, they rebel against PlayStation now. They're the ones who've been slapping up PlayStation 5 Pro. You got that dude, what's his name? Tom Morgan. He came out, he was like, man, the worst thing that ever happened this year was the PlayStation 5 Pro. It was the worst.
I ain't gonna lie, they was giving the Pro that business, bro. They was giving the Pro that business.
They felt stupid. It all happened. I tell you right now, it's all that interview, the Flopflation interview, right? With Mark Cerny.
Yep.
Everything before that was super glazed.
Yep.
Right? Everything. Oh my God, this shit tastes so good. They licking shit. And they're like, this shit is scrumptious, right? And then Mark Cerny came out, and that dude, Oliver, whatever the hell his name, he was so excited and giddy. Oh my God, the Pro is so amazing, and it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. And Mark Cerny's like, yo, fam, settle down, dog. This is a mid-gen refresh. This ain't no new shit. Okay, it's gonna do everything the PlayStation does, just a little different. All right, just a little different. Calm down. And everything after that, you just saw his heart break. You know, that Oliver dude, because you know he's a super, pony, right? And his heart broke and shattered into billions of pieces. And then all of a sudden, they're like, you know what? Your fucking Pro don't look as pretty no more. Bad critical on everything. Man, this shit don't work right no more. Look at that stutter. Look at that stutter. Make 16 videos about your stutter, bitch.
And you know what's so funny? When they was trying to throw it, like in the rare occurrence, like the most recent I could think about is like Assassin's Creed Shadows ran better, or they did something better on the Pro than it did on the Xbox Series X. And guys was out there like talking mad shit, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, fellas. Last generation with the Xbox One X, we were talking shit because PlayStation also had a mid-gen refresh. Remember the PS4 Pro? Now y'all out here because finally like a game on the PS5 Pro is doing what it's supposed to do as a $700-800 console, and y'all are talking shit about the Xbox Series X. Stop.
Facts.
Stop. Come on,
Facts.
stop. You know, like, it's like stop.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like Xbox didn't do a mid-gen.
They did not do a mid-gen this time.
Like y'all did, and clearly it ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
Phil said, no, we don't need to do one this gen.
Facts.
They're gonna, start next generation early.
Yeah, mid-gen, no refresh from PlayStation.
Facts.
I don't hear nobody talking about the PS5 Pro anymore.
I know.
I don't be hearing
that shit came and gone, dog. It's so gone.
They know their is broken.
Listen, just like Astrobot, just like Rise of the Ronin, just like Stellar Blade, these games, this console, they all talk shit, and then it comes out, and then crickets. You don't hear nothing no more because they ain't nothing to glaze on that shit no more.
Yeah, bro.
They ain't nothing happening over there. They realized that when Mark Cerny told them that y'all some goofy bitches out here making up stories, embarrassing yourselves, saying that this shit was gonna be 33 teraflops, like the fuck out of here. What do you think we were making? Bitches, bro. Bitches. That being said, this got me thinking about next gen, and Nintendo fucked next gen too. They did because last gen Xbox and PlayStation way more powerful, came out at 500.
Yeah.
That was in 2020. Okay. Now you got the Switch thinking it's going to show up at 450. Do you think that the next generation Xbox that's going to be is going to clear the Switch to like it was nothing, right? Like just like so far behind Switch 2 will be, right? Like it basically is going to be last generation compared to the new Xbox. What are they going to do? Charge you $50 more at 500? Charge you $100 more at 550? $150 more? A whole new generation? Way more powerful? No, Nintendo fucked us, bro. Before Nintendo did this, the conversation you brought up, Dirt, was it's gonna most likely be about $700-800, right? Now with Switch 2 in the conversation, it's guaranteed minimum $700 to $800 minimum, guaranteed.
Guaranteed,
because
absolutely.
of is next gen was just like GTA 6. It was all a thought. It was all like, oh, I wonder, maybe. I mean, yeah, it's likely that it's gonna happen, but will it? Now, guaranteed, because of the fucking Switch 2. Switch 2, the games and the hardware, fucked everybody. Goddamn. Sons of bitches.
I think, people need to speak with their wallets. And I think what happened with the PlayStation 5 Pro had a little momentum because of that 30th anniversary, but it didn't sell the way that they wanted it to. So I think if the same thing happens to Nintendo, that is going to set the standard, right? Where it's kind of like, okay, if we show up like this, we're also going to hit the same wall. But if they come out here and kill it at what? How much is it now after we don't even have a price? We'll see. Are the games going up as well? Not just the console? Are the accessories going up as well? Right? The prices are on hold. They can't pre-order. You can't pre-order anything. So it's not. We keep talking about the console, but what else is going up?
Everything.
If everything else goes up too, I mean, it's not going to be pretty.
Goddamn Nintendo. Who the fuck thought that they were going to be the assholes to do this shit? You know what I'm saying? God damn them. Why? Who the fuck are they? Bro, we would be talking about so much pony shit right now. But Nintendo's the new pony, bro. Like they literally just swooped in to be some punk ass. This is only a pony would do this shit. Facts. And look at them. God damn it. I'm so annoyed by them. Let me get the okay, right here. Queen Witch in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. It says someone here just turned 61. Still playing games. And that would be Dark Angelic. That's
Happy
right.
birthday.
I saw him. He said, outed by my own wife.
61 years young.
Nice.
If he could do it, we could do it. You know what I'm saying?
I know I'm still be playing games. God willing, I'm still be playing games. They ain't going nowhere.
So what else you gonna do? Okay.
All right. What else
exciting is there?
Watch sports all day.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. some ass shit.
I like sports, but I'm like, hey, I need to play some video games, man.
Do you play real quick? Do you play sports games?
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm a big 2K guy, even though it's just a microtransaction game at this point. But the gameplay is pretty good. But I do play sports games, yeah. I don't really play Madden like that, though.
The last time I played NBA 2K in all like sincerity, like I'm actually sitting down and I'm playing this game, was 2014. Was 2K14.
That one was amazing.
I was about to say that was a good one. That was a great one, away, bro. Yeah,
I loved it, enjoyed it, fucking played for so fucking long. But then after that, I like, you know what it is? I feel like, see, I love graphics, right? Like I'm a sucker for graphics, right? And I feel like NBA, Madden, all the shit, they kind of like, I don't know, like kind of plateaued. Like, do you feel that way? Do you see a big difference from year to year graphically, or are they kind of like just in that same ballpark?
As a guy that's been played every 2K game, every Madden game, it seemed like with the Xbox One PS4 generation, that was another leap from the 360 PS3 gen to throughout the Xbox One generation. The graphics stayed pretty steady, but not really a big improvement. Then with this current generation, it got a little bit better, but not by much, and it has kind of stayed around the same. Right? Yeah. See, I just think but in my opinion, I just think that's what it is now, man. We're never going to get that big jump anymore. Like I always tell the story, that original Xbox PS2 jump to the 360, or the PS1 jump to the PS2. But for me personally, that damn original Xbox to the 360 jump, that story I tell where NBA Live 06 was a trash game, but just seeing Dwayne Wade sweating, Fight Night round 3, that jump blew me away. Seeing Gears of War, oh my God. But I don't think we never get that jump again. Now, some people say, yeah, maybe with frame rate, the graphical jump. there's some great looking games, obviously, like Hellblade 2. Fable
I was gonna
looks
say
fantastic.
Hellblade 2 is like
Hellblade 2 looks fantastic. I mean, maybe we will, but I don't know if I'll ever see. Just me personally, I'm talking about me. That jump that from generation to generation, like from the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo to the PS1, that was a pretty big jump from the PS1 to the PS2, the original Xbox. Those are some big jumps, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't think because we're always going to have cross-gen games for the first 5 years of the generation. Now it's like I just don't think. I don't think they're going to get much better than what they are now. But then again, we haven't seen Gears of War E-Day. I heard that's going to be
we have it
a looker. I heard that is going to look really good.
That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now. This is the thing. Like I get what you're saying because when you think about like how console games, like for me, like NBA was always a game that I loved. That first trailer that they would drop for the new one because it was always pushing, and then you just saw that it just stopped, right? Like it just stopped pushing. It was just basically the same game, just a little whatever. But like there is a lot of room. That's not a mythical thing because if you go and you run Cyberpunk, right, and you run it on an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, and then you go to the PC and go to the max cycle settings and rate path tracing, all that crazy shit, and you put those games next to them, like next to each other, it's a world apart, right? It's just as big as those other gaps in gaming before where you saw those huge leaps. That it exists today.
Yeah, you mean when from console to PC, like
when you go to console to the highest of PC.
Yes, because the same thing, even with Avowed, the same thing with South of Midnight on PC looks
South of Midnight.
Insane.
I didn't go into it.
Yep.
Because then I would have to show clips, and that shit. Doing these reviews is crazy, trying to get all these clips together. But either way, I played some of that game, like the middle of it. So basically, I started on Xbox, then I played the middle of it on PC, and then I finished on Xbox. And I can tell you right now, you guys all played it, right? So when you clear a zone from the stigma, right? You do that cleanse shit, and it's supposed all the flowers are supposed to sprout up around you, and it looks whatever. Okay. Maxed out on PC, that shit turns into a forest, bro. Like man, fucking so much grass everywhere, flowers everywhere. Like it's so much more. It makes such a big difference when I was playing on the PC. But it looked great on the Xbox. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying.
But yeah,
it's definitely like the powers. The room is there.
There's still room.
If we get that, if that level can become the standard at some point, I feel like then we'll be at like it's gonna get better, but it can't get like too much better, right? But then I mean,
technology
things.
Though we have limitations in our minds as to where things can go, right? And you're saying, well, once it gets to that point, then what's next? But obviously things continue to move forward because back then we didn't think that we can see some of the things that we see now.
Exactly.
So it's just time, and who's in there continuing to tweak.
Yeah,
but I also think that when you think about things like you mentioned 2K, their focus isn't like back in the 360 generation. The graphics got better throughout the that generation for 2K. I'm speaking specifically about 2K. Now I don't think that's their focus anymore. I think their focus is to make the game look good enough, and where they're trying to innovate is trying to think of different ways to monetize, right? Especially with 2K, bro.
Yeah.
They're thinking, they're still an annual game. They're thinking of new ways to monetize. Now, I would say the WWE 2K game looks incredible, right? The
newest one?
Player models, it looks
the
great.
Trailers look really good. I haven't seen it, like I don't have it, but
yeah, but also really now they're trying to think of more creative ways to monetize. That's with these sports franchises, that's what their goals are now. They might try to add a gameplay feature. But bro, it's about, that's what it's about now. Because 2K, I mean, the game looks good, but the graphics aren't really getting better over the years like they did in the past. In the past, I would say last generation is where the graphics kind of reached the point where, okay, it looks good enough. They might have a couple of new face scans for a couple of the players where they might look a little better, but that jump from the 360 to the PS4 and the Xbox One, I don't think we never had that again, because that was a hell of a jump.
So what I think is going to be the real jump, and I think that it's something that has been being worked on, and we still haven't seen it because the people who are working on it haven't released their games. I think the biggest jump is going to come from animation. I think that's where it's going to get real, because like State of Decay, remember they have a whole studio that they made just to work on animation.
I'm waiting for that game, by the way.
I cannot wait for that game. I cannot. That's just gonna be crazy. Gears of War, they're in the same boat, right? Coalition is doing a lot of work with animation, right?
And I think help a lot of the other studios, that's like using Unreal Engine 5.
Absolutely. So I think what's gonna happen is next gen, right? Next gen is gonna bring in the thing that will make it all come together, which is AI. And what's going to happen is that AI is now like basketball games, all that stuff. AI is going to know each player and know their mannerisms, and it's going to do the animation. That's what's going to happen. Those moves, all that stuff. It's going to, when you do a spin or you do a crossover, the AI is going to know who your character is, and is going to go through all the footage. It's going to be trained
of the real life players. Yeah, absolutely.
Of the real life player and how they shoot and how they dunk and how they lay up and how they pass.
Yeah.
And that is all going to start to play in. And I think that's going to be the biggest place that we're going to see the biggest leap. I feel like animation is the part that still keeps games looking like games, right?
That's a good point. CMoney, that's a good point, because I think when it comes to AI, the first thing you think about is, man, they're going to take people's jobs. And, there might be some truth to that, but not everybody, right? But we're also hearing the positives about it. AI is going to make game development faster. It's going to help game development easier for the devs. Say, yeah, man, you don't have to manually make that forest and shit. AI will do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to help in the long run. So we'll see what happens with that. I am one of them guys. Listen, brother. Technology is a part of our life, is a part of our world. And some people hate it. But if it makes more games come out faster, I don't want people to lose their jobs. But the way games are coming out now, a AAA game is taking 5 to 6 years now. We used to get entire franchises in one generation.
Yep. 3 games in a generation.
We got 4 Gears games in one generation.
Yep.
Bro, we get maybe 1 game per generation now. We're like GTA. All games are like GTA now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can't continue to go like that. Because that's why we keep on getting these games going up in price. The AI will probably help some of the budgets.
Well, even if you think about like the example that I said, no one can AI is so much more, it has so much more capability than replacing somebody's job. Like nobody is going to be able to animate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be able to do that. And yes, they do they get them to come in, right? The NBA players, they get them all, get those fucking lights on them or whatever, and they go do dunks and they watch it and they film it, and then they use those animations in the game. Sure, cool.
Yeah, the mocap stuff.
It's the mocap stuff, but it's still primitive in the way that they have to make it where they might do like they might do 6 crossovers and have it randomly happen and have like certain situations that might make it happen, right? But then that's it. Whatever they mocapped is the end of it, right? So if a dude from one season to the next changes the way he shoots or changes or gets a certain different dribble that he likes to do or whatever the hell it is, or a different crossover, that stuff, nobody could just sit there and just keep on changing, right?
Yeah.
That's where AI is gonna do it. It's gonna help do the shit that is too much work for a random person to do. I don't think people are gonna lose their jobs. I think people are gonna be able to spend more time doing the shit they want to do, instead of having to iterate and have stupid I just think it's gonna be
I
so
also
much
think
better.
there are
supposed to make it
situations where
easier.
it makes new jobs
Exactly.
as well, though. Like there is opportunity when one door kind of shuts, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to need a team, right? And you're not going to
You
need the
definitely
people
still
there.
gonna need the team, right?
Exactly. Like you still have to go ahead and touch up and clean up, and people will be necessary. And also, like it can potentially create new jobs according to how effective it is or what it actually does, right? It's just it's not a limitation thing. It's something that it's going to just push us forward. But when it comes to jobs, you don't know what else they're going to that it's going to be necessary to go ahead and get these things done.
Yeah, and honestly, you still need like creative, like that's the shit. Like creatives, I think are gonna be fine, because I can tell you right now, like even when you like make a thumbnail or whatever and you're using AI, right? And you put some shit in there and you write some shit, like I'm always blown away by some of the shit that other people can make. And I'd be trying to make shit. I'm like, my shit ain't coming out right. Because it's the input you do, right? So if you don't have the right verbiage, if you don't have the right descriptions in there to kind of make it work the right way, like to get the results you want, like it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like there will be specialists that come about. That'll be a new position, AI specialist, people who just know how to fuck with the shit the right way.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
did y'all see Quake 2?
Yeah, I tried it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Which is wild, because that's just a game completely. AI is just literally just making that shit on the fly.
Yep.
Based off what it knows that Quake 2 is. I mean, it's super blurry and shit, but that's just the start.
Yeah, it's progress.
Yeah, man. And that's what they're willing to show us, which means they're obviously way further than that, but they're giving us the initial drip. You got the homie called Weave in the building with that $5 super chat. Says Call of Duty $70, Battle Pass $30-$40, Game Pass Core $70, total to just play CODs $170 to $180. You can get a year of Game Pass Ultimate for that using discounts and sales.
Sure.
I mean, that's the crazy truth of it, man. It is. Balls Red 77 with that $2 super chat. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. It says Shuntaro Furukawa is the Don Matrick of Nintendo. Oh shit. That's wild. That's wild. You got the homie Simple Jack in the building with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie.
Thank
Says
you.
People paid $700+ for Better Shadows in AC, a game the game they were trashing before it came out. Simple Jack, you ain't wrong, dog. You ain't wrong. And I do see the homie Pragmatic Eel with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says Nintendo coming to take the Master Pegger crown from Sony. And Nintendo fans gonna let them get it. No effing way. I'm robbing myself. But hashtag do you.
No effing way I'm robbing myself. Damn. Love that.
Nintendo's out here with the gate glove.
Start with the gate glove. For real. All right. Listen, before we head out, and we're gonna have the homie Dirt. Appreciate you, man. I know you gotta get going. Before we head out, any last word? We're gonna switch. We'll talk about something else. But any last words about what Nintendo is doing right now, and what you think is, what you think of the situation, what's gonna happen from it? Any last words on that?
Not really. It's just right now. It's just we're just waiting to see what happens. I don't think they're gonna do what Xbox One did in 2013 and say, you know what, we're just gonna change it. We're not gonna walk it back. I don't think they're gonna do that. But I do think they're gonna roll with it, and I do think it's just gonna be a part of gaming. These prices are gonna be a part of gaming, and Nintendo was just the first to do it. I don't know how the Switch 2 is gonna do, but I don't think it would do as well as the first Switch. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Nintendo is Nintendo. But I am enjoying them getting that smoke right now, though. I am.
Oh yeah. Every time I see something new, I was like, we're going in.
Yeah.
We're going in. That's all I want to do. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
But,
well, brother, man, appreciate you, homie. Thank you so much for coming
I appreciate it,
through.
guys. I gotta go, man. I get up early in the morning. It's 10:17 here, so I appreciate you guys inviting me back, man. Appreciate it.
No problem,
man. Absolutely, bro. Guys, obviously you guys all know Dirt, but if you don't know where to find you, Dirt.
Of course, my channel. Check out my channel. I was trying to drop a video, man. You know, I have to have something that's passionate. And I saw some hypocrisy from these PlayStation guys. Kind of funny games. The guy said Hades 2 being Nintendo Switch exclusive is kind of bullshit. I'm like, oh, now exclusivity is bullshit, huh?
Wait, Hades 2 is exclusive to the Switch too?
Yeah,
at
launch.
Yeah.
It's in early access on Steam, but you know, for a console, it's going to be exclusive at launch.
Yeah, but then I have a clip. I posted a clip where he said how part 1 was an exclusive at first, but then it went everywhere. And now the sequel is going to be exclusive again. And I said, isn't that funny? That sounds exactly like Death Stranding 2. Because part 1 was an exclusive. Then it eventually went everywhere. Did well. He said it's bad business for Hades and Nintendo. But then I said, Death Stranding is doing that exact same thing. I wonder how he feels about Death Stranding. I don't know. I don't watch the show, but I'm just curious about that. Death Stranding 2 is only on the plate, not even on PC at launch. So that's the exact same thing. Is that still bad business? We'll see.
Look at that hypocrisy at its finest.
Yep.
This is what it is. This is the pony way, right? Yep. If they do it, I mean, what do you mean? Well, of course we do this. This is the way. We must accept it. But if it happens to them, they get so offended as if motherfuckers are supposed to bow down.
Yeah, don't cross these lines.
Yeah, that's how they feel, man. No, PlayStation can do it, but nobody else can do it. That's how their attitude is. So they're entitled, man. Just so.
Well, we look forward to that video, bro.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, homie.
Appreciate you.
Be easy, fam.
Thank you.
All right, now.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks.
And then there were 3. Shout out to Dirt.
Yes.
Coming out to rock out with us, man.
Dope.
That was dope, man. Appreciate him.
Thank you.
But
this is why it's so important for with Steam for Xbox to go ahead and kind of continue to find a way around all of this.
Facts, because
these games that people want to continue to play, you have to figure out how to put a stop to it. And I love the way that they're going about it, where it's like, okay, go ahead and pay for your exclusives. We're just going to X that out.
Yeah, that's a fucking great point, man. Great point. So they literally are going ahead and circumventing all of these deals and all this bullshit, because at the end of the day, these developers are seeing that, yeah, I might do something on console, but I'm still hitting Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Switch, Steam. I'm not gonna lose Steam, right? That makes a lot of sense. Actually, it makes a lot of sense. Farrell, what about you, man? When it comes to this situation, before we kind of move on from it, anything else on
the exclusivity?
No, on the Switch 2 situation.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna sell nearly as well as the original Switch. I think a lot of people are gonna hold on to their current Switch, because I think a lot of those like Mario Kart, Mario, Zelda games are going to be backwards compatible to the original Switch and just run in Photoshop mode like they have been doing. And because they're not really willing to give you an increased graphical performance or anything like that from what I've seen so far. So I don't think it's going to sell nearly as well. I think it might hit like somewhere between 50 and 60 million total sales. But if people aren't going to be buying it, in ways like they did before with the Switch lights and all those other cheaper Switch options, I just don't see it doing.
You're telling me you're not going to spend $600 on the Switch 2 OLED?
No, I think when the Switch, I think that's where you're gonna find out who your hardcore audience is, and I think you're gonna lose a lot of that casual base, especially with there being so much more competition in the handheld market. I just can't see it. Like buying 2 copies of Pokemon for $90 a piece, for the physical people. I mean, that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough sell. And
I think that's the problem, because they're talking about like sharing the game, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a Switch 2 and the Switch 2 game, you can only share with those who have the Switch 2, right? So even if your thought is, okay, I'll buy the one Switch 2, and then now they can, even though the games are $90 a pop, they can all kind of share with that new thing that they've got going on. That's not going to play out. It's almost it's a rabbit hole, I feel like, that we're kind of walking into and sliding through, because again, even though they're saying this is just the way we're going to be selective as to which games are going to cost this much. I think it's just a matter of time before they all do. I don't know what the new prices are going to be, because again, it's not what we believed. And again, people keep thinking that it's just the console. These games are probably going to go up in pricing too, especially anything physical. So we'll see how this plays out. I know how I will want it to play out. I hope that this just goes sideways and they have a freaking Wii U situation. But not everyone can necessarily see. That's just my perspective. See it from my perspective. So for me, yes, they got 10, maybe 12 switches out of me. It's not happening, right? It's not happening. So that for them, it's something that's not coming in anymore. So speaking with your wallet is the best thing you can do. I just don't know how many people are going to. We did have the situation where they had to shut off the comments, and we did see, we showed on our last show the actual pictures, but I saw a video. Someone got a video, and they just scrolled down, and it was an insane amount of people just saying, drop your prices, drop your prices. So we'll see, we'll see how this is all gonna turn out to be. I've only heard people here and there, a couple of people just saying, it is what it is, but most people are having an issue with this. So
I mean,
and rightfully so.
2 physical games, 2 $90 games is going to be the cost of what 3 games were on the original Switch. So that's a significant raise. You going from 60 to 90. So you get 2 physical Switch games. That's the price of what 3 games would have been on a Switch. So that's a big difference in your buying decisions.
They better figure out how to make those Switch 2 games for the Switch 1.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, PlayStation has done it, right?
Yeah.
Like that they went and gassed people up and be like, oh yeah, this is a exclusive, and then they went ahead and ported it back, right?
Yep.
So I mean, at the end of the day, what would stop them from doing that when they start seeing that not that many people bought a Switch 2, right? So if not that many people bought a Switch 2, then they want those games to be bought. They're gonna port them to the Switch. And even if you listen, and it's funny because I wanted to bring it up and then I forgot the way he talked about the platforms, right? Like, oh, if you can't afford the Switch 2, you can afford, you can go. That's why we're still making the Switch 1, right? We have like this, you can go join us in our other platforms. it almost makes it seem like that might very well be the plan.
Okay.
To go ahead and start with these quote unquote, Switch 2 exclusives, and then fucking
go ahead and still drop the games on the Switch. So I mean, it's something that they wouldn't be forward about because they want as many people to go ahead and take the leap. But I mean, that's possible.
Agreed.
That may be one of the, new things that they can go ahead and do and be able to maximize how much money they can possibly bring in.
But
it's not a bad idea.
Who would have thought Nintendo would be the first one to add a button to the controller and put the button behind a paywall?
Oh shit.
Who would have thought Nintendo would have been the first one to do that? That's crazy.
That's real wild, actually.
Yeah.
That's real wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's real wild. Well, I didn't even think about that. So they went ahead.
That C button.
And
you can only use it.
The CMoney button.
The CMoney. CMoney.
That's funny. It is the C button. If you have the online subscription.
Yeah, it only works. Yep.
Interesting. That's wild that it's on.
That's wild.
The actual.
They're trying to force the hand, right?
Yeah, and listen, press it, and it's gonna be like, oh, you need to subscribe to use it.
Exactly.
Wow, that's some devious shit. Kids are gonna be like, "Damn, mommy, daddy,
how come I don't have it? Timmy does." Yeah. Timmy gets to use the C button, the C money button.
More Pocket said Nintendo added a PayPal button.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
We got the homie Gil Lee Han. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. Thank you.
Hi, love.
Says,
thank you.
Hi, lovely
Thank you for being
peeps.
here.
In
Hi.
South Africa, the Switch is listed at $650. Mario Kart World is twice the price of Mario Kart 8. It costs $105. Game Pass Ultimate is $11.
Look at that. That's
shit.
That's what I'm saying. You can't look at what you're getting in Game Pass and rationalize going from an entire freaking library of games for $11 a month and justify paying $105 for one game. That's crazy, man. That's wild. It puts everything into perspective. That's
real wild.
And I'm saying this is it did it for me. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, hold up. This can't be. This doesn't make any sense. Not to mention, like when you're caught up and when you do have, and you guys say it in the chat all the time, my backlog, right? And it's there's only so much time that you have in a day.
Yeah.
You're not going to put on hold what you have on subscription that you make such a low payment for, to go and say, let me go and buy this expensive ass game to sit down and play it while I put everything else on hold. Man.
Facts. Agreed. That's some real wild shit.
Yeah.
Some real wild shit. The homie Knight of Cypher, my dude, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says, who has the weaker gag reflex? Nintendo or PlayStation Pro? Based off what I'm seeing right now, it looks like Nintendo could take that shit whole.
Oh,
gobble gobble. You know what I'm saying? Gobble gobble. That's wild. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a real wild thing. Let me go ahead and take this chapter. Where am I? Let's move on. Something a little more exciting for us. So, rumor has it, that Oblivion remake is real and it's dropping soon.
Really?
It's supposedly gonna shadow drop. That is the word on the street. Jeff Grubb is here with the words. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. Let's listen to this guy tell us what he's heard on the streets. Now remember, this rumor is not a like. To be clear, Oblivion, the remake, is not a rumor. That's a very real thing. We saw it on the list of games that Bethesda was making when that leak happened years ago. It was supposed to be out already, but obviously Microsoft bought them and probably said, "You're not doing some HD fucking texture pack, okay? This is gonna be a real remake. Make it happen." That's the only thing I can imagine. So it is, in fact, a real thing. So this is all only about when it's supposed to come out. And to be clear, if you go back to that list, everything that was on that list that has released essentially 2 years after the year that they had originally planned. The only one was Starfield that actually went another year because they delayed it. But outside of that, it was 2 years, everything. Oblivion's in the same boat. It would have been 2 years if it dropped last year, but it didn't. It looks like they gave it more time. So here we are, and it looks like it's going to drop. Let's get the official word over here from Mr. Jeff Grubb.
Oblivion is very likely going to shadow drop here pretty soon. According to some other rumors I've heard, is like April. And it's April. I've been told it's going to shadow drop here at any moment this month. They did this with Ninja Gaiden 2, and it seemed to work really well in that case. They got to keep the jank, that sort of anything can happen magic, even if it's something goofy and broken. Oblivion is very...
Okay. That's the word, right? This is what he's hearing. Well, if he just said this out of nowhere, everybody would just kind of be like, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing. He made a good point. He said Ninja Gaiden Black, they did that, right? And it was very successful. But they didn't do it out of the blue. No. It was what? Part of the developer direct.
Yes.
Well, there is another event happening. And that event, my friends, is the Elder Scrolls Online event.
When's that?
Good question.
I didn't think you were going to call me on it. He said that he was like, hold on, let me take a look.
I'm trying to.
You were going to call me on that, so
I'll look it up.
He knows. He's just confirming.
I just don't want to give you the wrong answer.
Yeah. He gets his numbers mixed up with the dates.
Wow.
Yes.
I gotta put an age verification in this bitch. God damn it, bro. I was trying to.
Yes.
E-Rank says the 10th. So on Thursday.
On Thursday?
Let's see. 25.
Today's Tuesday, right?
Today is the 8th. Yep, Tuesday.
April 10th. ESO Direct.
There you go.
On April 10th. It's on Twitch? It's not on YouTube? What the fuck? Okay. So April 10th, that's Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
What time? What time on Thursday?
That's a good question, but you probably have the answer for that too.
I do. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Okay.
Look at that. There you go.
So 3 p.m. Eastern, we can potentially watch a show that ends with a shadow drop of the remake. Okay, so this is saying nothing, but yes, 3 p.m. Eastern. I see it all here. Let me take a screenshot so I can find it later. Okay, so yes, I'm telling you, that's the only place that would make sense. How can you have an Elder Scroll event?
Yeah.
And then on Thursday and like shadow drop it next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes this month very busy though, because you got that Blueprints game that comes out on the 10th also. In Game Pass.
Getting like a lot of great reviews.
Yeah, they're saying it's a Game of the Year contender. And then you got Expedition 33 coming in a couple weeks.
Which is fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be like what, 2 weeks out. So yes, that's a busy month.
Is there a rumor that it's dropping tomorrow? I see game
Expedition.
No. remake.
Oblivion. Okay.
Game and Dash Newscast says Web Dave seems to think it's tomorrow.
Oh,
A lot of people were saying it was supposed to drop earlier last week, so I think, people.
Is this like tomorrow? Like every day's tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Like tomorrow, dog, for sure. What do you mean I said tomorrow? I meant tomorrow. Like tomorrow's tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, there was one date that had Nate the Hate's name specifically attached to it. Nate the Hate said, "I never gave you guys a specific date." So, and they were saying that last week. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. I mean, at this point, it's seems to be a little bit more than a rumor. So, looking forward to it. But Xbox is going to release it when it makes sense. So,
agreed.
I mean, I agree with that 100%.
I think June would make sense.
Yeah, but see, we don't know what they have planned for them.
Yeah, we don't. But it's like, the summer feels kind of open right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of June and July. There's a lot of games you could fill in those spaces. When the kids are home for the summer.
Yes, I agree with that, and also like. Freaking April is killing it.
Yeah, April was jam-packed. And then next month is Doom. I mean, they're already dropping 5 games this month when you factor in the games that are making it over to PlayStation. The Indiana Jones, Forza Horizon 5, South of Midnight, Expedition 33.
Yeah, people are saying June would be nice too. I mean, it feels like a lot, right?
Yeah.
It does feel like a lot. And Towerborn is this month.
Towerborn's at the end of the month. Yep.
A
busy month.
It's a crazy busy month.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about Game Pass is that it's just there waiting for you. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So if you're playing something and you want to dip out and play that game, you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to only play one game at a time, guys. I know there's some people with the one game syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like they're incapable of experiencing something else outside of the one game. But
Xbox knew we would have these issues. That's why they invented Quick Resume.
Facts. That's now we're seeing the true reason why this was developed. They were ahead of their time. They knew what was coming. They knew. Yeah, it's that would be really wild if it happened. 100%.
I think, we've talked about the fact that their biggest problem was going to be figuring out where to put these games, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like this month is getting wild. It's getting crazy.
Yeah. And the year is crazy because that, Grand Theft Auto was on the horizon, so you're trying to fit in as much as you can before that drops also. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you want people to take that leap and go ahead and sign up for Game Pass before Grand Theft Auto comes out and kind of consumes the mind.
Yep.
So maybe that's part of the tactics that are taking place here. But anything else, anything coming out that may have some type of relevance, they need to kind of bombard Game Pass in the way that they're doing right now. It's just what would work, so people don't feel a need to go outside of it.
I would drop Oblivion right when that PlayStation game's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
If I was Xbox, because it's going to be multi-platform. Most likely.
Yeah, I agree. We're definitely in for a treat if this is actually real, man. That means by the end of this week we could be playing Oblivion remake. And I just finished my second playthrough of Avowed.
I know.
Fucking peak, bro. Oh my god. I can't believe it. And I can't believe so many achievements that didn't unlock for me on my first playthrough when I did the review copy of it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to switch over to the normal one and all the achievements were supposed to pop and only a few did. And I was like, did they just fuck up? Yeah, it was a fuck up. So, but now that I beat the game again, I got my achievements. Everybody's happy. So this is gonna be done. I don't have anything else. I already beat all the games. So I mean, I'll play some Assassin's Creed, but Xbox come first. You know what I'm saying? You drop something new, I'm in it. I'm in it. You got the homie Do You K Now, the broke boy insider with that $10 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. I already put your name in the credit. You're there. You're on the banner. It says rolling credits on South of Midnight. I'll give it an 87. Story, audio, soundtrack, and visuals were great. Combat did feel a little repetitive. I'm not going to pull a PlayStation game review and give it 90s for it. That's right. Don't pull a PS game review and give it a 90. That bitch deserves more. Fucking 90. That is what a PlayStation person would give it. 90. More than a 90. It's better than a 90. But that's okay. Listen, not all of us are master gamers. Do you, K Now, the broke boy insider? You know what I'm saying? Combat.
I do think it would rate higher.
Say it again.
I was saying I do think it would rate higher if it weren't a Xbox published title, because it's not getting the credit that it deserves as a AA game. Like they're treating it like it's supposed to be some sort of AAA game.
It looks like a AAA game.
It does.
It looks, feels, and sounds like a AAA game.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the Xbox way now.
Which means it should get rated in the 90s. It should be in the 90s as a AA.
I agree.
But because it has Xbox Game Studios publishing on it, it gets knocked down a bit. When it really should be high 80s, maybe touch the 90s. Because the music and how they wrap the music into the boss fights is really, really cool, and it's like really, really thoughtful, and how it builds up. Because you're getting the song from the very beginning. They just keep on adding layers onto the song until you get to the very end.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. And then you get that big payoff at the end. Now, to be clear, they're not even like a one-trick pony, because they don't just. It's not just the same build up to the same end point. Like you say you're on chapter 4, right? So you just finished chapter 3, which was honestly probably the best song, the best chapter as far as like that story was crazy. But the other ones are great too, and they do them in different ways, so it's not all that same kind of result at the end. So so unique. God, I love that game. It's so good. All right, let me get the homie Night of Cypher with that $2 super chat. It says Hades 2 is on Steam. I have it. Just a late FYI. Appreciate that, brother.
Nice.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
See?
Absolutely. Now I did see something. I wanted to click, but I don't know where it went. Damn, sometimes I see one, I'm like, all right, I want to. Oh, where is he? Right. Sorry, it was blending. Okay. Just to give you some perspective.
Michael Yu was good.
He's always ready. South of Midnight currently has a 92% positive rating on Steam. That's right.
It's an amazing game.
They put some respect on that name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, Dark Angelic, I like that. South of Midnight 2 should get 90s regardless, just to counter all the bad faith reviews. Hashtag Xbox tax. Listen, the sad part is that literally that's what happens with PlayStation games, right? PlayStation games get this extra fucking push in giving a higher score because it's a PlayStation game. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, didn't like Stray get like a 90? Damn cat game.
Fucking cat. I actually beat the cat game. I thought it was all right, but it wasn't 90s or whatever, but it was fine. But yeah, it's just
my bad. 83.
Well, 83. All right.
Still higher than South of Midnight, which is some bullshit.
That sounds accurate.
That's why.
See, but that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can say like, oh, but they're different games, but it's like, fam, the numbers are not different. Numbers are numbers.
Yeah.
And as much as they want to make it seem like, oh yeah, but you can't compare it that way. It's like, fam, every time I see a score from IGN that's an 8 or higher, I automatically say, oh, okay, so then it's better than Starfield. right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it means. Like Starfield, game of the generation. Okay, 7 from IGN. Come on, man. Like you got to scale that shit right. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. Also, that's why you need the points to come back. 9 point something. You know what I'm saying? 7 point something. Because there's too many games out there, bro. You got to put that nuance in there. It's a problem. Oh my God. Broke boy. God damn it. With that $5 super chat, appreciate you. Says the final boss battle disappointed me as well.
Okay, the spoilers. Okay, I was like,
that hurted some. Might go as high as a 90, but it's a stress for me. How did the fight? God damn it, broke boy. I need to make a Discord room so we could just talk, because I don't understand. It wasn't a final. Are you talking about the battle before the final chapter, or are you talking about the final chapter? That battle before the final chapter was dope.
You can't spoil it.
Why? Why is there? I don't get it. Story happening, gameplay happening, fun shit happening. The story makes sense why the fight is what it is. Yeah, wow.
Exactly.
God damn it,
it closes and it ties in just right with the last chapter.
Yeah. I'll have to catch up and know what you guys are talking about.
I know. I can't wait.
I'll beat it in a couple days. It's a really fun play.
So.
Yeah. It's not very long either. So.
Yes.
Maybe stop crying. Nobody's talking about it like that. It's a game. Everybody, the generic words we're using apply to all. Right? Maybe. God damn it. What did I say? Nothing happened. I said story makes sense. It adds to it. Get out of town. Don't listen. It's because broke boy's talking shit. See?
I know.
It's because you said these negative things and you're fucking with people's heads. Don't listen
guys.
to him.
Okay. I mean, for all the people who grew up playing platformers, this is your the first one that I know of M-rated platformer. It's like you're getting an adult themed story that you can really rock out to while still playing a platformer. That's no one's talking about that either. I think the game should be rated higher than what it got rated.
Absolutely.
I think it should be mid 80s easily.
At least.
Only because there's always going to be losers who rate it low for the fuck of life. But yeah, honestly, what an experience. It really is. All right. Anything else on the excitement of Oblivion remake? I'm really excited for it, but oh yeah. Yo, game talk. Yo, the dead ass true. Yo, Devil was like, no spoilers, but when you get the sword and meet the blacksmith, yo,
oh my god,
that is real crazy. That's really is crazy.
That was funny, man.
Wow. Do you K now? The broke boy insider says, how is an 87 a negative? Damn, shorty. Like I said, I'm not going to get shorty. God damn, I'm not going to give it automatic 90s for PlayStation first parties. I'm going to be honest how I feel about it. No. Nobody wants you to lie. If you feel like it's an 87, it is.
To you. Yes.
It's not an 87. But that's okay.
I think it's difficult to understand the reasoning when we can't openly talk about it yet.
Really go deep so I understand.
That's a different.
Everybody's
but a conversation can happen, right?
Yeah, for sure. What I don't like is let me go back. Let me make sure you didn't do it before I say it like you didn't. Let me see. No. See, you did good. Okay, so this is the thing. What do you write? You write the final boss battle disappointed me, right? What I see out there that happens that really annoys me is people talk in
general,
like in affirmatives, like this is facts,
like Bible. Yeah,
the platforming is not good. Go fuck yourself. You don't like the platforming, sure. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It means that you don't like it, right? The combat is repetitive for you, maybe. But I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Every time. I was pumped to get into I was looking for the fights. I was like, let me go beat some more ass.
When it comes to combat, all combat is repetitive. Even when they give you a lot in the world. Even if the game gives you a lot of options in combat, most people don't develop 2 or 3 different play styles within the same combat system. They play the same way through beginning to end, and they might add a new technique here and there, but most people play combat the same way from beginning to end. They don't really change up much.
Not every game is going to be Avowed, okay? Where I might start feeling like I want to go long range and use my pistols, or I might want to go in and do some, two-handed attacks with my heavy weapons, or I might want to get the sword and shield out and play that way for a while, or get my grimoire or grimory, however the hell you say it, and fucking do some magic shit, get my wand, start zapping people. I'm just saying, Avowed is amazing, just as a FYI. But that being said, not every game is going to do that. Like, what the fuck is Hazel going to just start breakdance fighting? You got this new power up. Now she's a breakdancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like this, it's only so much.
Like in 2 weeks, Expedition 33 comes out, and people are raving about it because it's turn-based combat. There's no more repetitive combat than turn-based combat.
Yep.
I don't care what nobody says.
I mean, they do something unique with it, but even when you play it, it's nothing changes but the actual attack that's being done to you, depending on the enemy, right? Yeah. So, but once you learn the timing, then you're back in the same repetition, right? It's all about mastering the timing. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, that's a normal thing in gaming, and this idea that people are supposed to find this way, like one of the few examples of not repetitive is something that's made specifically in those ways, which are typically from Hazelight, right? And Split Fiction, supposedly, I haven't played it, but supposedly it's the same as It Takes Two, which we played a good amount of, but we didn't finish it, which was the same as The Way Out, which we did finish and did love, which was the same as Brothers, which we did finish and did love, right? So they have a way of making the game where they're just thinking of new things to do the entire time, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a very linear experience, right? It's just go from here, experience this. Now you're done. Even if you like that, even if you would love to have kept doing that, no, you're done. Here's the next thing. Here's the next thing, which is great because there's so few games that are like that it works 100%. But at the same time, most games are not.
Yeah.
Right. Most games don't do that. So to sit there and say like that's going to happen and that we should judge this game negatively because you fight and explore and platform, like this is the game. This is the game.
But I even think about Mario. Mario's the king of platformers. Their combat is repetitive. You of course jump on shit's head and grab Bowser by the tail. Yeah, like
that's it.
Got a little uppercut animation.
Yeah, that's it. Do you came out me says I put in DMs why that final boss disappointed me. All right, we'll talk about it later for sure. I definitely want to see what you said and we can conversate about it now that you've done it. But yeah,
the one before you didn't get, did you?
Which one? Oh, he said, but damn, I got that soundtrack playing on repeat. Goddamn, music is so good. It's so good. It's so well done. Agreed, bro. Agreed. Pragmatic said it. All games are repetitive.
Absolutely.
Actually, guys, they're designed that way. Repetition makes you better at the game.
Mm-hmm.
When you're better at the game, you enjoy it more. That's just the way it works, man.
He said you either enjoy the loop or you don't.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Simple. Yes.
Elden Ring, one of the best games released. You don't think that's repetitive? Every fight, what are you doing? Dodging, rolling away, go in, hit, dodge, roll away, go in, hit, right? You're just changing it, but it's still the same, right?
Yeah.
You can't say in South of Midnight you don't have to fight the freaking, I don't even know their names, but the ones
Sigma.
that come that are floating around, different than like that big ass tank,
and the ones
big
that
ass blob
connect as well.
Yeah,
the one that goes under. Yeah.
There's so many different ones that you have to constantly be aware, and they don't put them separately. They're all attacking you later on, especially like what you're dealing with right now is nothing, bro.
Oh yeah,
they are gonna just start sending a bunch of different ones at any given moment. Crouton will become your friend.
Yes.
Do not
you don't have Crouton yet, right?
Yes, I do not have Crouton yet.
No.
What?
Okay.
I just got to chapter 4.
Oh, you just got to. Okay, so you just finished 3.
Yeah, just finished 3.
Okay. So you'll get him.
You got to remember
so good
that he's there.
Yeah.
But
And
he comes
before
in
you,
handy.
Crouton's not a fucking spoiler. Okay, he's been out in trailers, out in these streets. Okay, so we had a whole preview,
even down to like the way that they go ahead and they have Crouton in the game, the symbolism behind it. It's wild to me that they just thought of all these little things. But I guess that's a later conversation.
Facts. Okay, let me get this next one, and then we'll get going.
Let's get that super chat because we're on the same page.
This right here.
Yes.
Our boy Do UK now the broke boy inside with that $2 super chat says, I tweeted Phil and Xbox need Crouton plushie. Facts.
We said that we need the plushies. Yes.
Especially since we saw it live at the event when we actually saw the physical doll they used to make, that they made Crouton, and that shit would be so sick.
It's so good. It's so cool. The merch is needed as well.
Agreed. 100%. Okay. So
oh my god. Wait, hold on. I think it was Roddy that I saw before saying that he's in his 90s. I meant to go to it, and then it wasn't you, or am I just putting years on you?
90? Roadie Revenge?
Yes.
No, he's mad. Yo, we literally
okay.
We watched him stream.
It was someone else. Sorry.
Motherfucker went from like 20 to like 90 real quick. I mean, I don't know if he's 20.
It's probably like, wait, what the fuck? Did Doodle just say? Someone said that, and I meant to click on it because that was dope.
Yeah, 90 would be real
92
wild.
And still gaming or something like that. That was fire.
Hold on, let me see. Green Ninja says, wait a minute. Thank you for being here, by the way.
What's
you guys dogpile God of War players for buying a plushie? Now you buying a plushie? Well, first of all,
I mean,
plushies are not inherently a bad thing.
No.
A God of War plushie?
Well,
God of War, killer, thug, axe, murder you, and kill your friend. Come on, man. They know
but what was it though? Do you guys remember what we were making fun of? It was a freaking snake that was like 60-something inches long.
They're all gonna ride
and the idea, first of all, who's gonna buy that? And then what the gallopers are gonna do with it if they do buy it. And didn't it have like a magnet and a pocket? And it was wild. It was wild.
That's real wild.
Yes, we made a lot of fun of that shit.
The green thing. I forgot about that shit. No, Green Ninja. This is a very different thing. If you play the game, you beat the game, you see. No, you didn't have to beat it.
So also just for context, I don't know if you know, but like
whoa, you can't tell the story.
Not the story, but who Crouton is.
No, you can't tell.
No?
That's not. That has not been disclosed.
Okay.
So you find that out. So
you find that out right in the beginning.
So you know right away, but it's still there's a reason why it makes sense.
It's just he comes in later. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me get this chapter. Okay. All right. Wait, what the hell? I looked at the number and wrote something completely different. Okay. Now, I want to put this in because we got to have some fun stuff to slander PlayStation on. So I saw this and I was shocked. No, I wasn't. It's just funny. You guys see this? No, you don't see shit.
No,
start talking.
It's not
There we go.
on the screen.
Vampire Survivors. You know, Vampire Survivors. The whole game. You only need one thumbstick to play it. You know, set off this whole trend.
It did.
Games that are similar, and it was really fun. It was great game. Well, it was on Xbox. It was on PC. It was on Xbox. Then eventually it came to PlayStation. Right now, listen to this tweet. Vampire Survivor wrote, "We're sorry to say, won't be able to bring the Vampire Survivors cross-save feature to PlayStation 4 and 5 alongside our next update. Last month, we told everyone that cross-save would be available on PlayStation 4, 5, PC, Xbox, Android, and iOS alongside our next free Vampire Survivor update in April. But at last minute, we've run into a legal issue on PlayStation we weren't aware of that requires us to share info on our partners.
What?
That we're unable to. The chances of cross-save coming to PlayStation consoles are now very slim. I would assume it says that we're unable to do.
Yeah, like they have to snitch on their partners. Yo, tell us more.
That's real wild. It says, but not impossible. So we're going to keep working alongside PlayStation to resolve these problems. We're so sorry to build up any anticipation for this feature on PlayStation, only to change plans at the last minute. Cross save will still be available on PC, Xbox, Android, and iOS in the next few weeks. With Nintendo Switch following at a later date, plus Apple Arcade, and we can still do so without breaching any privacy commitments. PS for anyone wanting cross-save just to unlock trophies, it's worth noting that PlayStation trophies are automatically disabled on a platform level for all games when using a save file from another platform. Oh shit. Okay, so this is a double banger. Okay, so one, in order for you to do crossplay, PlayStation wants information on the other fucking consoles and the PC and all that shit.
That's wild. That's what PlayStation. Wait, this doesn't shock me.
Wow.
What I'm questioning now is how many people gave up the information that they weren't supposed to give up. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that many games with cross save though. Like Fortnite. What's that other game that has a real good cross save? It was on Game Pass too. It's like a. I can't think of it. God damn it! I'll figure it out.
That's wild.
That's real wild. Hargeet
in the
building. Good old PlayStation. Hargeet. We got some words, bro. I think I remember the last show where we were talking about Nintendo. And I heard a lot about it just being one game. And then we found out that Tears of the Kingdom is 80. And then we found out that Doug Bowser was like, yeah, I'm just going, the price is going to be what they be.
Good old
when
Nintendo.
We feel like it's worth it, it's going to be whatever we want. But you were right, because 80 might not be enough. Okay. It might be more than 80 on other games, because he said, I don't want to put labels on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that 80's the max or anything like that. I don't know, Hargeet.
Oh man, Nintendo.
I don't know. We're gonna talk about it for sure. We got DJ Berto Doss in the building with that $2 super chat.
What's up, love?
That's a blessing. Almost as old as Sir X-Men.
Oh
shit.
Oh
damn.
Sir X-Men says he's in his 90s.
No. He said almost as old as Sir X-Men. Sir X-Men's at least $110. You know what I'm saying? $115 maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying
Damn.
that's the reality.
Damn. Listen, almost could have been 93, 94. You were into the hundreds.
Buck 10 for sure. You ever see him? He just be talking to you and then he falls asleep like, hey, yeah, what's up, man?
I remember
and
now.
He just wake up. You know what I'm saying? He fell asleep like this. And then he just woke up.
The other game was Remnant 2 I was thinking of that has really good cross save.
Oh, Remnant 2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Dan Sorrow says, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. It says PlayStation acting like they're giving out real damn trophies.
Right?
Sniffing farts again. Thanks. Spartan 661 was good. My brother says Nintendo and Sony equal out of sight, out of mind. Thanks.
Seriously though. Man.
But yeah, so all right, back to Vampire Survivors. So okay, so Sony wants platform information from the other places. Like how many people are playing there, how much they're playing. Because remember, everybody forgets about it.
How much Phil getting paid?
But Sony has that clause in there. I forgot about it. But Sony has that clause in there where if you are having like a cross-play scenario and they spend more money in a certain place, or if more money comes from them, then they want a cut of the money from other play, or if they doesn't come from it's like some weird shit.
Yeah.
But they basically want information from all the other platforms because they're gonna charge them some shit.
For opening up crossplay, they want you to pay for potential lost customers, basically.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was one of the holdups with Fortnite. That's why Fortnite kind of took them to court, along with Apple and all that, was because they wanted
the flying fuck. What? Come on, man. So everybody would have played on PlayStation.
If it was up to them, yes. If it was up to Sony, everyone played them.
It's real big bullshit. It's real big bullshit. Yo, hold on. Let me click this real quick. The homie, 2UK now, the Broke Boy Insider with that $2 super chat. Alert, alert. CMoney, check DMs. Very important news. I checked the DMs. Shout out to Broke Boy. Broke Boy is giving away a copy.
What?
Of South of Midnight.
Let's
go. If you do not have Game Pass.
That's so dope.
Hooking it up. He just sent me the code. We're gonna do
Let's
a giveaway.
Go.
And we're gonna get somebody with the South of Midnight game. So sit tight.
What a freaking phenomenal
we'll do
gift.
It to wrap the show. Broke Boy, you're the man.
Yo, that's so dope.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. That's so cool.
Is what I'm talking about. So okay, so Vampire Survivors coming out here doing God's work, letting everybody know that
what's happening over there on that side,
trying to steal data, right? But this is some real crazy shit here. The fact that you almost got to read it again.
Yeah.
For anyone wanting cross save just to unlock trophies, it's worth noting that PlayStation trophies are automatically disabled on a platform level for all games when using a save file from another platform.
Yo,
that is some nasty
PlayStation bitter. They are so bitter. Man, wow. It's like that nasty ex-wife or something. That's crazy. That just never moved on. It's just alone and pathetic and bitter.
That is a bitter
and
bitch.
Lonely. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's real crazy.
Getting no.
That's
so
real
she
crazy.
Can't relax. Bitch is crazy. Yo, PlayStation out here acting wild.
Yeah, because I mean, you're already paying for the game multiple times if you're playing it on the PlayStation to begin with. I don't see why you can't get your trophies. I think they do the same thing. I think they do the same thing on the PC. Like you can't get your PlayStation trophies unless you do something with your PlayStation Network account.
Well, on PC, you have to be signed into PlayStation Network to get the trophies.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I thought it was something else too when it came to getting. There's like a second set of trophies you could get or something like that. You can get double trophies. That's why people were talking about, oh, I'll get it on PC because I can get double trophies.
You know, PlayStation is really like the scum of gaming.
They really
You know what I'm
are.
saying? Like they are
really are.
so much in the desire to stop progression. Like they will do anything they can to make it difficult. And for somebody like Vampire Survivors, a small team, indie studio, like what do you think, bro? You think they're gonna come out here and fucking just give away all the info from their partners?
And I also, first of all, I respect the fact that they didn't go ahead and do that. I respect the fact that they are putting this out there, and obviously because they are a smaller studio, right? And they obviously don't want to look like they didn't follow through with their word, rather than these being the consequences that are, keeping them from delivering what they said they would do. Because this makes them look bad if they don't put this out there. So I appreciate them letting everybody know what's taking place in there. Raya wanted to add a little bit to what I said, and she says, there you go. And no child support. Sardinia says PlayStation misses that good D. Exactly. Listen, this is messy. PlayStation's always, I feel like this comes as no surprise. Are you guys shocked that this is what's happening over there? Like,
I mean, I'm shocked to find out. I mean, it doesn't shock me that it's true. It's like finding out about it is shocking. Like, I didn't think that Vampire Survivors was going to be that gangster. But like, let me just tell you,
they needed to do this. They needed to do this.
Well, you know why? Let me tell you why. This is the reality of what it is. Okay. Xbox and PC and iOS and Android are where the majority of their players are. PlayStation was just like hey, we'll come out here. I know
we'll do you too.
But a lot of people weren't playing it over there. So they were like, all right, here it is. Take it. And then they're like, yo, I need all their info. It's like, bitch, you barely are even fucking part of this equation. Y'all motherfuckers don't buy shit. It's like $1 or whatever the fuck. It's so cheap. Why can't you just buy the game? Assholes, no. Not giving up my informants. Oh, no. Fuck out of here. Yes. Wild over there. It's real wild. It's real wild. Oh my god. But yeah, man, that's real. It's real crazy that this happened. But again, this is why a company like Xbox gets so little recognition for all the good they do in this industry.
I agree.
They're pushing, dude, crossplay, motherfucker. Without Xbox, crossplay would have never happened. Xbox was the one pushing it, and Epic, obviously, with Fortnite. They joined forces. They were like, yo, we're going to fucking make it happen.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to make it happen. And they did. PlayStation trying to come out here like, but we for the kids. No,
get the fuck out of here. Pay for upgrades.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
And now PlayStation, Nintendo's joining them.
Same wagon. They're on that PlayStation freaking 5 Pro. They're on that pisser right now, having their pissing moment, out in these streets.
They were like, we compete too, guys. It's really a problem. It's really a problem.
Oh,
the industry is like, it's clear. I mean, obviously, think about this, right? Think about it. Xbox is the only one who's elevating from this entire conversation. And it's PlayStation, Nintendo are sitting here trying. And, when Xbox is elevating, they're taking the industry on their back, right? They're like, I'm going to deliver you to the promised land, okay? I'm going to take you to where people
places you've never been.
Spend money.
Let's go.
And you can make money.
Let's ride.
And more people play your games.
And my problem, and I'll let you finish your thought, but it's just people putting out there to be careful about the $1 trillion corporation and what they're going to do and how they're going to try to lock you in. And if they're the ones that are leading, what are they going to do then? Like, are we not seeing what's taking place from both ends now with PlayStation and Nintendo? Same character.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the truth. God bless you, baby.
Thank you, baby.
It's the big truth.
It really is. We're seeing what they're all about. And imagine 100%. If they were out there just dominating and doing the moves that Xbox it's out here doing, providing the games, putting them on different platforms. Do you think that they would have freaking, how much was Hellblade 2? $50? That wouldn't be that wouldn't be the situation.
Look at South of Midnight.
Look at South of Midnight.
Amazing experience. $40.
They would not be doing that.
But that doesn't count, right? That doesn't count.
That gets overlooked or it doesn't get talked about.
A great experience. Come on, man.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine what PlayStation and Nintendo will be doing right now if Xbox wasn't in the picture.
Exactly.
Big facts. Right. Big facts. 100%, man. 100%. Michael Yu says it. Xbox and their ecosystem is the most underappreciated out of everyone.
Absolutely.
Yet, Xbox is the most pro-consumer out of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, people just don't realize that they're treated like second-class citizens on their favorite platform.
Exactly.
Facts. Not even second-class citizen. You know what I'm saying? I would say third. If they're in the Titanic, they're sleeping in the bottom.
Oh,
you know
yeah. They're drowning.
Like,
they're drowning.
That's where they are. Okay, that's where they are. Game Shark says, and it's a great reminder, man. Says we don't want a bigger piece of the pie. We want the pie to be bigger.
Exactly. Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Twinkle, bitches. As normally baby, but I said bitches. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
These streets. Okay, this is the reality.
And listen, that's exactly what PlayStation and Nintendo are out here doing. They want a bigger piece of the pie. They're not trying to find ways to grow. They want you to go ahead and make up for what they're lacking.
Yeah,
exactly. This is embarrassment. It's embarrassment. But I love the fact that Vampire Survivor said, "Fuck you, PlayStation." Think about it. I know you may think, "Oh man, no, CMoney, shut the fuck up." A lot of people on PlayStation bought it, bro. You think Vampire Survivor is gonna come out here in these streets and air their dirty laundry out here in the public if they were afraid of PlayStation's wrath?
Please.
You know PlayStation don't want this shit out of these streets.
No, they don't.
Vampire Survivor said, "The fuck we will. I don't give a shit. My game costs $2."
You pay now, bitch.
Excuse me. Isn't this like the second developer to call them out? It was another developer that was trying to make that PlayStation was trying to make their game exclusive, and they came out and said,
"Oh yeah." They said no, absolutely.
Yeah.
They denied it. It was Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Let everybody know.
Yep. They be coming out. They're like, "Fuck you, PlayStation. We know your shit. Do the math, bitch. How come you only got 1 million sales with 75 million consoles out there? Like, they're the only ones that's not stupid." Like, you know, bitch. Don't try to tell me about how many consoles you have. They don't buy shit. The fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. That's
man.
That is our facts. Everyone will respect PlayStation more if they would just come out and be honest. Be like, "Look, we hate you. Your money sins."
I thought this was going in a different direction.
I thought so too. But it was worth it. It was worth it. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here, which means we're gonna do our giveaway courtesy.
Yes.
Of the homie. Do you?
Okay.
Now broke boy inside.
Oh,
that's right. He has gone ahead and gifted a copy of South of Midnight. That's right. If you are on the fence and said to yourself, "Man, I don't know if I should get it. I don't got Game Pass. I don't know if I should buy the game." Well, Broke Boy done made it easier for you. you stuck around to the end of the show, you get bonuses. Listen, this is where all the best things happen at the end. Okay? Because it's for the real homies, not the homies who come in for 3 minutes or whatever. I don't know how long they stay. But let's just say that you guys are about to get some real good shit. I'm about to do it right now. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. We need the music.
Hit it.
That's right. Play that shit. Where is it? Bam. You know, that's some good music right there. Right. You got your stuff going?
Yes.
Okay, now the popo it says hit the like button. I'm gonna redeem the code for myself. Hit the like button. Do it.
Hit the like button.
Do the right
Share
thing.
the link if you can. That'd be awesome.
Do the right thing. It's cold for south of midnight. Do the right thing. All right. I gotta get my number. All right, I got my number.
Okay.
It's already
Got a
happened.
number?
Yes.
Okay.
You know the rules, guys. Very simple. Okay. I'm gonna pick a number. You guys gotta guess it. Okay. You have 3 rounds to guess it before it goes to a final 4th round, which is for members only. Okay, but for the first 3 rounds is open to everyone. I'm gonna guess a number. The scale of the numbers that are available will shrink over time. First round is 0 to 1,000. Second round is 200 to 800. Third round is 400 to 600. Okay, it's easier as you go along, but you know you got to get there.
All right.
Are you ready, baby girl?
Yes.
Okay. Now nothing counts that was said before she says start in the chat, and nothing will count after she says stop in the chat. You can take as many guesses as you want. You do not have to do just one guess. You can guess 1 through 1,000, one at a time. That's up to you. Okay?
If you can
But
do
you
that
only have
in 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yes.
That's right. All right. Let's going down. I'm ready. You ready, baby?
Ready. You have the number?
I got the number.
All right.
Looking pretty.
It's in.
All right. I see it. Put the timer. Oh,
Timer's
snap.
on.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, Saint Reborn said if you try to put a whole bunch of numbers, YouTube's going to shut you down. So, oh, shit. Saint Reborn said, fuck it. I'm going for it. User for games put 0 to 1,000.
We have a winner.
You want that copy bad.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Okay. Was that 30 seconds?
That was.
Look, man.
Are there a lot of people? I feel like there's a lot of people behind.
Look, y'all need to hit that fast forward button and get caught up for round 2.
Yeah, you need to hear, like, you need to literally go ahead and hit live, okay? Because y'all motherfuckers mad behind, yo. Mad behind. All right.
I feel bad. I feel like I should write it in the chat, but I also feel bad saying it because they're, you know.
Well, they need to hit live to catch up. Okay. All right. Right, there's a delay or something big time. I made sure I hit live chat, not top chat. Oh, Saint Reborn said, I'm fucking ready to go.
He's ready.
All right. Well, round 1, I'm looking. Saint Reborn did so many. I don't know if that's gonna feel good for you, Saint Reborn, because you took so many swings and they were all misses.
Damn.
And then just for grins and giggles, looking beyond. Still pain. That's all right. That's right.
There's another round.
Here's round 2, baby.
You ready?
Okay.
Between 200
and 800.
and 800.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
Done.
All right.
Hit the live button. Don't be crying.
Go.
All right. Start. Okay, seems like people started catching up like normal humans. All right, well, good news is that we're going to be able to cause some pain for people. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly, when I start, I'm going to start clicking your names this time. Last time,
there we go.
I didn't, but this time,
Timer's
I'm going
up.
to click your name. So remember, it's very simple. If I click your name, that means you are the closest to the actual number. Now,
what does that mean?
That means you're the biggest loser because you're closest to winning, but you lost.
Damn.
So if you see your name, you should not be happy. You should be hurt and in pain. Okay. But the sweet relief of death will come when we click somebody else's name. They are now in pain. So unless you see shockness and cheering, all pain. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First one.
Oh, me the cheater. 234. Damn. Pain.
Damn dark.
Oh, dark angelic.
God damn.
671.
Pain.
Pain.
Pain. This is gonna hate hard and pain.
Oh, say reborn. You feeling pain with 654. Oh.
Well, Saint Born, you're officially the one that should be the most painful forever. Twice in a row. We didn't put it, but you were last time. So this is 2 times in a row. It's all right. Maybe 3rd time will be the charm. What's the next range, baby?
Between 400 and 600.
That feels good.
Pain.
I got my number.
Damn.
I'm ready when you are.
Look at.
You can do it. Let's go.
All right, we ready?
You gotta hit the start button.
Go.
$400 Saint Reborn. 400. No, I lied. Zero.
No,
it's
400
to 600.
Yes.
I was just fucking with you. No, keeping you on your toes.
Don't throw him off his game.
On your toes. What was the number?
What?
Between 400
and 600. You had one, right?
Yeah.
Done. All right, let's get it.
I see stop. Okay, you know the deal.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go through. If you're close, you're gonna feel the pain. We're gonna start with Saint Reborn.
Oh! Back to back with 423.
The question is,
can anyone top that?
Can anyone top that? 423.
Damn.
Guys, it was pain.
Oh.
He did not. No one got closer in the actual time. Space Shot actually got the most. Like, I'm going to click him, even though it doesn't count, even though he still didn't win anyway. Saint Reborn, you're officially the official master of pain. Never happened before.
Three
times
times
in a row.
in a row.
3 times in a row.
Yes.
I know you're feeling it, but it's okay. It's okay. But Space Shot, after the bell rang,
Oh no.
418.
The actual number? Pain. That's 417.
Yeah, 417.
Oh, okay.
No, one under.
One under.
If you
Okay.
see, there was a 3 underneath.
Yeah.
I got changed to 417.
Pain.
Mm.
What's next?
Final round.
Oh.
Guaranteed winner.
Oh, yes.
Guaranteed.
All right.
Did all 3 rounds. That was quick.
Ready?
So that means this is for members
Final
only.
round. Members only.
You have 3 chances.
From 0 to 1,000.
Say Reborn, appreciate your hard work trying to make it happen.
You did good. You did good.
That was
Shout out to Saint Reborn. Let's
appreciate
go.
you, homie. Appreciate you. Okay. Remember how this round works. Members only. 1 guess only. Only 1 guess. The reason why is because it's not having to pick the number. It's pick
Closest.
it or closest to, higher or lower. So it doesn't matter. Whoever's closest to the number will win. Number resets to 0 to 1,000. Okay.
Copy of South of Midnight, courtesy of
Broke Boy.
Broke Boy
Don't worry.
Lewis.
Okay. So you have 1 shot. One
opportunity. Two.
Can you
That's it?
do
Okay.
the 1? I don't know. All right.
All right,
0
you
to
ready?
1,000. I'm gonna pick my number.
Pick your number.
Got my number. Remember, 1 guess. That's all you get.
All right. Get
Members
it.
only.
It's in.
All right. Go ahead. Start. It was started. Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh. Who's gonna win?
Oh,
I'm
you saw
gonna
the
have to do
winner.
some math.
All right.
Oh snap.
Let's get it.
He threw me off. Joshua, if only you were a member.
Oh.
All right, let me see. I gotta do some quick math. I can't embarrass myself like I did last time.
No, you did. You
When my
did. You
math
did
was
pretty
just
badly. But
wrong.
I know who the winner is. And we have a winner. Pretty close.
All right, hold on. Just trying to do. Okay, and then. Wow, that's pretty close.
Damn.
That's pretty close. Okay, we have a winner. All right. God damn, that was close. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. We have a winner.
Shout out to everyone who tried to win.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys. But we have the official winner. And it is none other. You know what? I'm gonna put the number out there first.
Y'all do the math.
And then y'all do the math real quick.
You saw,
And then I'll
you saw
announce it in
CMoney
like 5
stressing.
seconds. All right, ready?
Let me see. The number is 591.
I can tell you that it was a 10-point difference
Oh,
between the winner and the first loser.
damn.
I could tell you who was the first loser. The person who did not win by 10 points
Oh,
was Space Shot.
oh.
Let me
Space
tell you
Shot.
who would have won if they were a member.
Oh,
Joshua.
Joshua.
But because he is no member, the winner
Of South of Midnight.
of South of Midnight, our inner circle members, our boy Pragmatic Eagle.
Oh. Yes. Let's go. Congratulations. Let's get it.
Nice. Joshua, I was just messing with you, brother. You know, it's all about, this is the painful part where we get to make fun and poke fun. This is all fun. Pragmatic Eagle, you have won South of motherfucking Midnight. You now own a piece of history. One of the best games ever created
Seriously.
as a platformer. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You won, Pragmatic Eagle. You did it.
Let's
You were
go.
176 points away from my number, which was 591. Space Shot was 186 points away. 10 points. Woo! Man, that is wild. Pragmatic. Are you in Discord? Is he in Discord? Or on Twitter? Pragmatic, you gotta tell me where you want it. Discord, Twitter. And then go to one of those places and send it to me. Send me a message.
Oh, he doesn't have social media through Xbox.
Well, I don't have. Okay. Okay. Well, you can email us at onpointforgamers at gmail.com. onpointforgamers@gmail.com.
Send it to us MySpace.
To MySpace. You can either email us or you can use Discord. Discord's not really social media. Like you just, because nobody can talk to you unless they know, you know, your stuff, and there's no like general place. You have to choose to join a group or something to see stuff. So if you download Discord, I can send it to you. I'm gonna put our email in the on point for. You have to have email at gmail.com.
Yeah. Gotta have a Gmail to have a YouTube account.
Facts. Big Mig says email it to me. I'll make sure he gets it. All right, so send me the email, and then I will go ahead and send you it. Or like I said, you can join the Discord. It's not like you could literally just open it up, hit me up, I'll send it to you, and then delete it. You know, whatever you want.
Oh, that's true too.
You know, it doesn't have to exist. Yeah. Congrats to Pragmatic Eagle.
Congratulations.
Our homie.
Let's go.
What a win.
That's so dope.
Love it. Awesome. And shout out to the homie, Will Broke Boy Lewis.
Thank you so much. That's so dope.
The homie went ahead and gifted South of Midnight. Game of the moment.
Yes.
The one that's on everybody's mind. It's such a fantastic game. Oh, God bless you, my love.
Thank you, love.
All right, guys. With that, this is it. We're ending the show. Thank you so much. You guys are the shit. You're awesome. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody who's been here rocking with us the whole show, man. You guys are the shit. So thank you guys. Shout out to Dirt, who was on the show rocking out with us, man. Appreciate you, homie. Shout out to our boy Farrell, of course, each and every week rocking out.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We, of course, want to go ahead and shout out all of our supporters on Patreon and YouTube. You guys are the shit. Shout out to everybody who super chatted. You guys are the shit. Always remember, man, we appreciate you guys. Obviously, the show is brought to you by you, so we thank you guys and we appreciate you.
Yeah, please confirm, baby. Pragmatic send an email. Can you find it real quick, please?
Let me see. Wait, what's this primary? Yep, Pragmatic Ego, South of Midnight. Gotcha.
Let's go.
All right, cool, man. I will send it to you shortly, my friend. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that.
Congratulations.
So, yes, and then, of course, We're gonna shout out our elite members. You got the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Culture the Canuck, Music 72, and Queen Witch. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And of course, our inner circle members. Got the homie Big Maze Gaming and Pragmatic
Let's
Eagle,
go.
our winner. Thank you guys so much. Of course, we have the first 2 people in the chat, the specials of the show. Our boy User for Games, who's still here.
Yes.
Culture the Canuck and
Thank
Anthony
you.
Sanchez. Thank y'all so much. First super chat of the show is from our boy, Do You K Now the Broke Boy Insider with that $2 super chat. Biggest super chat was Do You K Now the Broke Boy Insider at the $10. And then gifted memberships, our boy Lord Star Killer SSX.
Thank you,
Get
guys.
5 gifted, man. You are the shit, bro. Thank you so much. Guys, I appreciate all of y'all. So thank y'all. You guys are super dope. The homie Farrell, let us know where to find you, man.
Hey, you guys can find me on Mondays, Vitamin G Podcast on YouTube. Feel free to rock out whenever you guys can. So you can come through live. You can check us out whenever. The video's always up. So feel free.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right. Guys, thank you again. Appreciate y'all. Pragmatic. I'll be sending it short. Let me see if I can just do it real quick because I don't want to forget. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very possibility. If I get off this, if I get off the show, there's a chance I'll be like, what was I supposed to do? I'm supposed to do something? All right, let me first of all, this music is not just fucking.
It's we're in a zone right now.
Yeah, I'm like zoning out.
We're zoned out.
All right, here we go.
Gets you.
Okay,
It gets
let me go
you.
here. It was on Twitter, I think. Yep. There we go. There we go. Okay. So email. Got the email. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Okay.
Let's
So,
go.
You are there. I done did that. Go here. Boom shakalaka. Okay. It's all good, man. Pragmatic. Just obviously just reply back. Let me know.
Let us know you got the code.
it
Email
worked.
has
I
been
just sent
sent.
I just sent it.
Thank you so much for rocking out.
So, all right, guys. Thank you again. Appreciate y'all. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Also, with a reminder, we'll be back on Thursday night. But also, we might be doing something Thursday
During the
early.
day.
So, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. But we're going to end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.